One scene. You got that? One scene. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely inconvenience.
So, Denis Villeneuve has blessed us again with another Dune trailer. Is it giving Godzilla mind? Oh fuck! Is it giving Avengers Doomsday a run for its money? Also, Toho has decided to drop another trailer or a TV spot, really, because it's fucking 30 seconds long for Godzilla Minus Zero. Although we like the teaser, we're like, where the fuck's the trailer? And then also, a famous YouTuber, former YouTuber, has been cast as Gorilla Grodd. This and more on the Small Zero channel. This is Small Zero, bitch. First up is everyone's daddy, Matt. How you doing, Matty?
Dude, I'm doing great. I cannot wait to get into that Dune Part 3 trailer because that trailer was fucking incredible. It hyped me up so much more, and the bars are set high. I'm so excited to get into it.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait. 'Cause, I mean, this makes me want to conquer a country like Canada. Speaking of Canadians, next up is a guy who literally lives in the Great White North. He's red, white, but never blue. Kyle, how you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing good. I'm definitely excited to dive into these trailers tonight with you guys. I'm happy to be here once again. Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right. Yep. I'm so excited to have you too. And last but certainly very much least is a guy who puts us all to shame when we drop our pants. Big Dick Ryan. How you doing, man?
Hey, dude, it's fun. When I was first born and the doctor went down, he even got a little startled. So I'm just happy to be here. You know, it's a nice night out, and it's never a bad night to talk some movies, especially with like some of these really interesting trailers, because I have some hot takes like to say about them. So I'm curious to hear your opinions.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So what? All right. Let's go to weekend box office now.
All right. The weekend box office.
Let's see how bad Supergirl crashed and burned this week again.
Damn, bro. I didn't particularly like it, but it still sucks seeing it kind of crash and burn like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the weekend.
Bad.
Yeah. So the
It's
weekend
crazy
box.
that Young Washington did better than freaking Supergirl. Young Washington.
Yeah, so the
That's
weekend
bad.
box office, number one, Minions and Monsters came in at like 37 million on opening weekend on the first weekend. That's bad. Toy Story 5 is still killing it in the number 2 spot. Young Washington made it in the number 3 spot for 19 million on the first weekend because it was during the 4th of July weekend. But to be fair with Supergirl, yeah, it's crashing and burned so fucking bad. But this movie's been out for a little bit longer than Young Washington. I don't see Young Washington is going to make a fucking buttload of money afterwards. But
isn't the budget like $20 million?
I don't think so. I don't know. I got to take a look because from the budget, from what I've seen from the trailers, they looked like it cost more than 20 million. I got to look into it.
I don't know. Angel Studios is so weird with their budgets. I mean, they could literally.
They don't look. It doesn't even look 20 million.
It could be 5 million for all I know.
5 million. I think it costs more than that. Yeah, this is like 25 million. This was like 25 million on the budget.
So I mean, this movie needs to make like 40 to break even or 50.
Yeah, right now it made 26 million worldwide on the first weekend. So I think it would make less. It's going to make a lot less. I don't see anybody going to rush out to see Young Washington in theaters.
I wish Ryan was here because I want to rub his balls in this by saying.
Because I'm pretty sure that the right wing conservatives who supports America would go support the movie probably less.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw the funniest tweet online where it said, I got a secret AMC movie screening, and it was fucking Young Washington. I was so disappointed. I thought it was
Did you see Chris Pratt's social media tweets that he praised about that film? It's like it's just one of the best films. It's like what?
Really?
I haven't seen Young Washington, so I can't say.
I'm not against a movie like Young Washington, but it's like, who gives a shit about a young George Washington? I don't give a
It's
shit.
the celebration of 250th anniversary of America.
I just don't give a shit, okay? Like, if I want to watch a good movie about the Civil War, I'll watch The Patriot with Mel Gibson. At least that movie is good, But
yeah, at least that's better.
That's crazy. Supergirl should be higher on this list than Young Washington. It should be Supergirl should be at like 30, 40 million.
Yeah, it made 108 million worldwide on like I think it was on like a second or third weekend for Supergirl. Yeah, it's really not going so well for Supergirl.
Let me ask you this, Kyle. Have you seen Supergirl yet?
Yes, I have, and I wasn't a fan.
I liked it. Me and Matt were, I think, the only two that liked the movie in the group.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine. I mean, it's not great, but I mean, I thought it was fine. I was like,
I enjoyed the film. It's not going to be a life-changing experience.
The soundtrack's what's terrible in the movie. This awful fucking soundtrack.
I didn't hate it as much as other people, but it didn't need improvements for sure. But yeah,
it's just wildly mediocre.
That's what I meant.
That's like the biggest issue. Like, I didn't like nothing about it was like truly insulting. It was just a lot of I've seen this before. A lot of the cool thing with like the camera, the fight scenes and action sequences that people like from Superman almost felt like they were copy and pasted just into this movie. So it's just like a lot of seen there, been that, did that, and it's not like it's an homage to something. It feels like James Gunn kind of just went in and did his thing to like try to add some flair to the movie because the movie just kind of tasted like bland chicken and rice.
Oh, you want to hear the true story? Apparently, like all the trades have been reporting this because ever since James Gunn bashed the trades for the Wonder Woman scoop or whatever, they've been after him like, "Fuck you, James Gunn. We like, fuck you. Oh, how does this now taste, you fucker? How does this taste? That will make you eat your own shit, asshole." It's like, but basically, what happened is they were like revealed like, oh, there was 2 test screenings and the Craig Gillespie's cut literally was tanking, and so James Gunn and Peter Safran last minute came in and they tried to rehaul the production of the movie in the post-production because the movie was already done. Like the movie, they cut 30 minutes from the movie, by the way, and they said, and also,
wait, I don't know. No, I heard that they cut like I heard that they cut like 11 minutes of the movie. That they cut 11 minutes.
Yeah, 30.
It was not 30 minutes.
And all right, you're right. Yeah, I was 11, but I was still. The fact is, they said most of it was the backstory from the villain. And they cut some.
And they cut they cut the sequences for the opening of Krypton. They took that out of the movie because I know someone who went to a test screening that saw the cut of the movie, and they said that even though they said like, hey, I like the theatrical cut, but I prefer that cut more. Yeah.
Oh, you want to hear? So basically, Batman Forever did, where they took that movie and they swapped it.
Or they kind of like the BVS style, like they shot like 30 minutes.
What were you saying, Ryan?
No, it just feels like one of those things you do in film school where you have like 5 people in the group edit the same film, and then they all try to just like throw every one of their favorite parts for each section of the film into one giant file, and it's just kind of obvious and clear. And for me, I really enjoyed Superman, and this just kind of felt really cheap, especially as like the follow-up. And I think that's like what kind of caught me off guard.
And here's the thing: before the movie came out, I was like, "This is not like everybody's like, oh, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy." I had never said that until watching the movie. I was like, "Yeah, I can see that now. I can actually." Even that says it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, not only is it like Guardians of the Galaxy, you could tell James Gunn literally made the fonts of the movie because the fonts even look like even the Supergirl font looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 font. I'm like, oh my god! At least James Gunn, if you're gonna rip off yourself, at least make it more clever. And instead, it just feels like James Gunn went in post production was like, all right, let's make here we're gonna put some needle drops in here and all this stuff. I'm like, by the way, apparently I think the songs suck in this movie. Like even like the one from Sky High.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah,
like Jimmy Eat World at the end, where they do a cover of Jimmy Eat World at the end of the movie. I was like, come on. Like the original song was much better. You should have done that, but I understand they were trying to like girl power, and everything. But like, Apparently, there was even like in Gillespie's cut, there was the girls who just want to have fun was the opening song.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a lot worse. I would not have liked that song. That would not fit so well in that sequence.
Yeah, but it was a cover version, though, so we don't know what it would have been like. What do you guys say?
Even if they did the cover version, it probably would not have sounded that good.
The music choices were definitely weird in this movie, and it did felt like it was. You mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy. It felt like a watered down versions of his Guardians of the Galaxy movies, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, though. This is what scares me. Okay, it seems like if he's not making it, writing and directing it, it feels like okay. Now I'm scared for Clayface, even though Jeff Snyder keeps telling everyone this Clayface is going to be the big movie that's going to.
I don't know. It looks pretty good. Like that's
and it actually tested very well too,
especially with Mike Flanagan involved.
Yeah, they said the Clayface message. Jeff Snyder last night on the hot mic was like, Clayface might make $400 million in open. Like he said, that's how confident he is that Clayface will be like that movie is going to turn the ship around. But the only thing is,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Same.
He said because it's a Batman villain, but the only thing is, will that send a bad message about? Well, it seems like Batman universe works. So should we only make movies about Batman characters? Because Joker made $1 billion. And Clayface, if that makes a lot of money, then they're like, all right, we should make a Mr. Freeze movie now. We should make a Harley Quinn movie again. Only this time, let Matt Reeves in charge. Oh, we should make which you heard right now, the rumor, right? Like Jeff Snyder last night said in the hot mic, they're making a Poison Ivy TV series in the Batman universe.
I haven't heard anything about that one.
Jeff Snyder said it last night. That's what he heard from his sources, that's the next series they're going to make.
Well, sometimes you got to understand that sometimes he has a habit of putting out misinformation, that most of the time he gets things wrong.
I haven't heard anything
sometimes he's like, I would say 50-50.
Because it feels like you're taking it as a confirmation. It was like, it's never been confirmed. Like you're just hearing from one source to another.
But I mean, that would be cool if a Poison Ivy series, because I just don't want her to be like, my biggest fear of gun would be Poison Ivy is if they put Poison Ivy, it'd be like the Harley Quinn show. She'd be like a comedic version. I want her to be like the psychopath, and I feel like, though, I truly do feel like if Clayface does well, that might set a bad precedent for DC going forward. We're like, you know what? Let's not make movies about like Grodd, which we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, but if it does well, they're going to move forward regardless. If it's successful, if it's a win, then it's a win. That's not.
Like
that's not. I wouldn't say that's anything to be worried about if it wins.
But my thing is this: Gunn should be on the same. Like they should be on the same page, and it feels like Gunn is not on the same page with Greg Gillespie, because now what does that say about DC people? Because they're going to be like, oh, like remember Sergeant Rock was going to be in production, but they took that off because they said, oh, I don't want to spend $70 million, which I'm not going to lie, nobody should have, because who's going to pay $70 million to make a war movie that has nothing to do with DC, really? That's just DC in name only, starring Colin Farrell, directed by Luca Guadagnino. I mean, I'm sorry, but that would have been I think Gunn was the smartest thing he did was, no, we're not making Sergeant Rock. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're just contradicting it, that you're worried about his decision.
I am worried about. I said, I'm
like, what are you talking about right now?
I'm giving him his flowers. Like, there's some things he does that's smart, but then there are some shitty things that he does. Like, he should have been on the same page with Greg Gillespie.
I think that this was a wake up call for Supergirl. I think that would be more of a wake up call for this one movie. And I feel like he will learn in the future to not make those types of decisions. And he needs to be on the same page with his creatives.
What's going to happen? He was never even on set. He even openly admitted saying, I was never
on we've set. Known that. Oh, yeah, we already known that long before. The only thing he was involved is in the editing room.
Yeah, and same thing with Lanterns and freaking Clayface. He's not. And the only thing with Clayface, I will say on Lanterns, he had an excuse. But for Clayface, he was not even. He was writing Superman or Man of Tomorrow. Why wasn't you on set of Clayface at least and just be like, hey, James, you should do this and this and this, instead of him just being like, you got it. And just like, hey, if you need anything, call me, but I'm going to let you take care of everything, James. You got this. And I'm just thinking, that's crazy. Isn't it kind of crazy? You're just like, you're the head of DC. You're supposed to be like Kevin Feige, be on set every time. You don't have to be on set every day. Just be on set long enough to be like, all right, yeah, I would do this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm. Let's be fair. He hired an inexperienced screenwriter for Supergirl who has never written a screenplay in her life.
She was an actress. Yeah. She wasn't even a writer. She was an actress.
But the difference is with Lanterns and the other in Clayface, those are experienced screenwriters. So I'm pretty sure that they'll do a better job than Supergirl.
I'm confident that Lanterns, which, they've been sending out screeners. You guys heard, we're not talking about that, but I just want to say they've sent out screeners already. And the worst thing that Jeff Snyder's heard was, it's okay. But that's the worst thing. The worst thing he's heard, it's okay. He's heard, everybody else been saying positive things about it. So I'm hoping Lanterns is great. I mean, like apparently at Comic-Con they're going to be giving out like lantern little keychains and lantern rings, and I can't wait to buy it off of eBay overpriced on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I did the Peacemaker mask. Last year I just bought off of eBay afterwards because I'm like, I'm not going to Comic-Con. It's like $1,000. I was like, I'll just buy it off of eBay for like $60. Something that was probably given to him for free. But yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm hoping Clayface is going to be big, and I'm hoping that Lantern is going to be big. I just think honestly, the Young Washington thing shocks me because I was thinking that was going to make $2 million in opening weekend because I'm like, and that was me being generous. $20 million Young Washington made. $20 million. Who in the hell said, you know what? I'm not going to shoot fireworks or have a hot dog and a beer. I'm going to go sit in the theater and watch one Washington.
Oh, there's people.
Yeah, 20 million people. Yeah, like 20 million people watched that film.
And Ryan was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's one of the 20 million.
I texted him on 4th of July. What are you up to? He said, I just saw Young Washington in theaters. And I'm like, why are you sitting in theaters watching Young Washington? Because I was I wish he was here so badly. So I guess why would you go watch Young Washington?
For America.
But yeah,
America.
By the way, yeah, man, I would love for him to be here right now just so he could review the damn thing. Before it's like, was it worth it, or was it like, oh, fuck, I wish I would have stayed home. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, now that, but yeah, let us know, is Young Washington rightfully deserved, or is it just another pile of shit? Also, Supergirl, is this a correction or is this shit? Let us know in the comments below. Now, let's go to gonna be the second biggest movie of the year.
Yep, we're gonna get into the new brand new trailer that dropped a couple of days ago, Dune Part 3. Yeah, let me get into it. The epic saga continues as director Denis Villeneuve returns as Arrakis for Dune Part 3, based on Frank Herbert's celebrated novel Dune Messiah. This highly anticipated sequel to the blockbuster Dune Part 2 finds Paul Atreides ruling as emperor of the known universe. Set years after his ascent to the throne, Paul must grapple with the devastating consequences of the holy war waged in his name across the galaxy. As hidden enemies from the Bene Gesserits, the Spacing Guild, and beyond forge a deadly conspiracy to shatter his empire, Paul is forced to confront the terrible burden of his own visions to save the people he loves. Presented by Warner Brothers Pictures and Legendary Pictures, the film features an expanded all-star international ensemble. Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya reprised their starring roles alongside returning cast members Rebecca Ferguson, Javier Bardem, Florence Pugh, and Jason Momoa. The epic also welcomes acclaimed new stars Robert Pattinson and Isaac de Bencol. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name. Dune Part 3 is slated for a worldwide theatrical and IMAX release on December 18th, 2026, which is on the same day as Doomsday. I will say, dude, this trailer just fucking raises the bar so high than I anticipated. I love the scene with when Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet seen together, and how much Chani was very heartbroken that he broke his promise to not rule over power. And my favorite part about this in this trailer, when you have Jason Momoa, the returning character Duncan, Idaho, who's telling Paul, it's like, dude, you conquered the whole galaxy. You murdered many people, and you're beyond redemption. And this is probably going to be in the storyline in the Dune Messiah, where he's going to try to trying to defeat Paul Atreides and take away his rule. And we already know that there's other people in the political party, like Robert Pattinson's character is going to try to overthrow him and try to assassinate him. And one of the highlights of that trailer was Florence Pugh saying, "You idiot. You just signed our death warrants." And you see like Anya Taylor-Joy's character, who was supposed to be Paul's sister, covered in drenched blood. And Timothée Chalamet said in the interview that her character is going to be bad shit, crazy, and scary. And I was like, yeah, he's not joking.
Yeah. If you've seen Game of Thrones, the Red Witch, the one that burns people alive and says, "For the night is dark," that's basically his sister in this movie. She's essentially that crazy. Like, that's how crazy she is in the book. And like that, like, by the way, has anyone read Dune Messiah?
No.
No.
Okay. Like, basically, like, I know people like, oh, Robert Pattinson's the villain. I'm like, people don't realize Robert Pattinson is actually the good guy in this, okay? Paul is the villain of the movie. He's Hitler in this story, okay? He's basically a conqueror, like Napoleon. He's conquering, and like Robert Pattinson and Florence Pugh are like, we have to stop him because he is literally trying to conquer the whole world. Like, he's conquering every planet and everything because they follow him blindly, and he has a cultist sister who is basically like, but the night is dark and full of terror. We have to destroy these in the name of the Messiah. We have to burn, and people are like just following him blindly. Like, okay, a sister, and it's a crazy ass story.
Yeah, because they're following this whole false prophecy that was never real. That was the whole Bene Gesserit's been thrown out through centuries. And Paul is just falling through the whole prophecy. And you see through the trailer that now he's no longer seeing his own visions of his own future. And you see in the trailer with Zendaya, Johnny saying, like, what is it like to be like human everybody else, Atreides? I was like, oh. But because if I heard from the book, I feel like that without, I know that's a little bit of a spoiler from the book, but Duncan is the one who's probably stops Paul at near the end of the book.
I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not gonna tell you because if I tell you how it ends, you would be mad.
Yeah, but I know it's not going to end It's not going to end very well with Paul. There's not going to be any happy ending with.
I'm gonna tell you now. I don't like the ending of the book. I really hope they change it because
they probably might. They might change up a little bit, a few things, and try to do it well in the movie version of Dune Part 3. But I'm very confident in this. So Tug in Idaho is definitely going to have a bigger of a role more than I anticipated, and how he's going to get brought back into the movie. We have no idea how he gets brought back.
I know how he's brought back, but I'm not going to say how.
I know because you read the fucking book. Of course you know. Of course you know that. I did love the shot with Javier Bardem's character near the ocean, and I think that this is supposed to be taking place on that raining planet that they go in and invade and slaughter all these people. And from what, according to John Campea, when he saw the first 7 minutes of the movie, yeah, this scene is definitely going to be like Saving Private Ryan on steroids. The scene where they were in the beginning of the movie of the D-Day on the Omaha beach, but this one's going to be 10 times bigger. And according to from what I've been hearing, they're going to show the first 7 minutes of the movie in front of the Odyssey in the IMAX theater.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They might only show that maybe in the 7mm IMAX only, or they might show it on the standard. If they are, then I'm going to book a ticket to see the Odyssey again and watch it in IMAX just so I can watch the first 7 minutes of the movie.
What did you think of it, Kyle? What did you think of the
Dune 3 trailer? I've been enjoying the new Dune movies, and that Dune 3 trailer looked amazing. I'm excited for the the returning stars and the new stars. Looks amazing, and Matt is so saying that the Omaha Beach, like Saving Private Ryan, but on steroids. That's gonna be very cool. But no, I'm excited for this one. The direction they go in, and how they finish this trilogy.
Big Dick Ryan, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it convinced me more about my enjoyment possibly for the movie because I liked the second one. I wasn't that big of a fan of the first one, but I think this trailer was a lot better than the first trailer that they dropped. So I'm way more excited for it to come out. But I didn't know anything about the movie, and I think Jake, your kind of breakdown of the overall plot of the movie did get me a little bit more interested in the movie because I don't know. I just haven't been the biggest fan of Paul and Timothy Chalamet in the movies, but I think Zendaya just does such a good job that it doesn't even matter sometimes.
I agree with you, Ryan.
I think you will Timothy Chalamet could win an Oscar for this performance if he delivers it accurately to the because Paul is.
If you think so,
he is an evil motherfucker.
At this point, he should start winning an Oscar. At this point, he needs to start winning an Oscar. Give this guy a win already. At this point, he's been acting his ass off in the last decade.
You're gonna be rooting for Robert Pattinson in this movie to kill him because the shit him and his sister do in the movie. You're like, I hope that Robert Pattinson kills him because
that's what gets me more interested in the movie because, like I said, I knew Duncan came back. I just don't know how. And I knew this movie took place years after the second movie, whichever way you want to put it.
It's like nearly 17 years after the events. And there's definitely going to be some flashback sequences too.
I'm pretty sure the movie's just going to pick up where the ending of the second one picked up, and then they're
Yeah.
going to do like a time jump and make it like the prologue.
Yeah, they'll probably make it like a long, like at least 7 to 10 minute prologue where he's going other worlds and trying to conquer other worlds and try to slaughter every one of them that don't follow Paul. Because if you've seen at the end of the movie, he's like, bring them to paradise and the holy war begins. It's like, that's where we're going to show the prologue at the beginning of Doom Part 3.
Or dies,
one of my favorite scenes is when he was walking on the top of near the ash of the whole fallout. You see all the blood on him, like he was slaughtering a lot of people on that planet. Like that's just fucking dark direction that they're going for Paul.
It's like the dark side possesses him in this movie with all that goth makeup they have on him.
I think Anya Taylor-Joy. I hope that she's good. I mean, because her arc
they're hiding. Yeah, they're hiding all the stuff. They're hiding all the crazy shit for Anya Taylor-Joy.
She is a crazy character in the book. You're just like, how is Anya Taylor-Joy going to pull this off? I have faith she will, but I'm just like, that's a intense. I was thinking they're going to find someone else to play this role, and I thought Anya Taylor-Joy, or I'm like, how are they going to? Because I don't see her playing this character the way she's written. So I mean, I'm curious.
Have you seen The Witch? Have you seen how batshit crazy she was in The Witch?
Yeah,
I've not seen The Witch. No.
Oh my god! I thought you did. I thought you did see the movie.
And there you go.
That's the one? That's the one where
Robert Egger. Yeah,
his very first movie.
The talking goat, the talking ram at the end.
It's something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. But you have to see that, Jake. Though.
But I'm just saying though that this is like, I mean, because which I said because this looks like they changed one thing because. In the book, I mean, because I was kind of confused because Florence Pugh. No, you know what? No, I'm wrong. No, Florence Pugh, though. By the way, in this movie, you're like, people think okay, like the Emperor, because in the first, it'd be like this. If and after Return of the Jedi, you see Luke Skywalker just conquering planets and stuff, and then all the stormtroopers that he stopped are trying to pull a rebellion against Luke Skywalker, and they're like, we need to kill him. And everything because Luke Skywalker's just going.
Well, no, he's not like the Luke Skywalker. Paul is more like the Anakin Skywalker that had turned to the dark side and conquered the whole galaxy.
You would think that he's Luke Skywalker, then he turns into Anakin, which I will say,
because even in the book later, Paul and Shawnee they have twins. They had that carried on later in the books after Messiah,
which apparently this said Jason Momoa's kids play his kids in the movie, like not Jason Momoa's kids in the movie. They play Paul Atreides' kids and Zendaya's kids in the movie.
That'd be interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so Jason Momoa said my son or whatever is playing the Timothy Chalamet's kid in Dune the Messiah, which I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
Okay. That is gonna be interesting.
I'm like,
random.
I said, which I saw that and I'm like, that's weird. I was like, but I said, okay, I guess he asked Dennis about doing it. I was like, I don't care. I was like, they're not.
I guess so.
They're not important.
Like, alrighty then.
I mean, they are important characters, but I'm like, I said they're not like as important.
But they're playing probably like child that is not going to have a lot of dialogue. That they're just mostly going to be a stand-in cameo.
Probably going to have no dialogue.
Which,
I mean, if they were to make another Dune movies that is going to be without Denis Villeneuve, they'll probably recast and get a different actor to play the kids.
You don't think in about 10 years they're going to make another Dune? I think in 10 years they'll come back.
I think they will make another Dune because I know this movie is going to make a lot of money, and I think they will make another one. But Denis Villeneuve was very clear that he was done after part 3. Like this, because this third film is a conclusion to Paul Atreides, and they're ending that storyline. And if they were to do another one, which it probably might happen at some point in the future, they're going to get a different director to carry this franchise.
Yeah, that'll be a studio decision.
I just don't see another director tackling this. Like I could. I mean, obviously, yeah, they did the Sisterhood show, the sister of the tribe.
I heard it was awful though.
Yeah, Dune. Yeah, Dune Prophecy. I think it was like Dune Prophecy, the prequel.
I never saw it because everybody said it was okay. Like,
I still haven't watched Dune.
My
Prophecy.
dad told me it was bad, and that motherfucker never says anything's bad. So that's when I know it's bad.
I mean, isn't it a show about like the witch?
I mean, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Which I mean, that's what my uncle, he loved the first 2 Dunes, and he watched this and said, it's not even really about Dune. It's about like this group. Like, you could literally take a few elements out of it, and it's nothing about Dune. And he said, like, this is 1,000 years before Paul Atreides even existed. And I'm just like,
they were trying to pull off that whole House of the Dragon, like strategy.
Yeah. Just use the Dune name.
Well, yeah, just like because you're like, yeah, you know what, and I would think Denis Villeneuve would be involved or something. Like he directed the pilot. Nope. It's not like the Penguin show where Matt Reeves.
I mean, it might have been around the time when he was working on Dune Part 3.
Which
you can't do Dune without Denny. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Also, think about it this way: Robert Pattinson. This is his year. I mean, he's in the Odyssey. He's in the frickin' he's in that Chris Hansen Predator pedophile movie. He's in Dune Part 3, and
he's in the biopic of Chris Hansen, playing Chris Hansen that they hosted.
What about Zendaya?
Oh,
yeah, she's in Brand New Day. She's in the Odyssey. She was in Dune Part 3. Yeah, she has a crazy year for big movies.
The only thing Robert Pattinson's not in when Zendaya is freaking the Spider-Man. They would just put Robert Pattinson in like one scene.
Yeah, that's the only one movie that he's not in with when Zendaya is.
He's like in every single movie that came out this year. Him and Zendaya have been in every.
Yeah,
single one.
They've been in the drama. They've been in the Odyssey, and now Dune Part 3.
Wow,
that's
crazy.
Basically they have because Denis Villeneuve and Christopher Nolan, they like getting big all-star team cast.
If I'm Tom Holland, I'll be like, hey Pattinson, you better back the fuck up. Well, that's my lady. I see what you're doing, man.
That's my fucking wife. Get away from my woman.
Get back up. He goes, but she's like, I'm Batman. What are you gonna do, fucking Spider-Man?
He's like, come on, Spider-Man, bring it.
There's a meme in The Nice Guys. No, there's a meme in the scene in The Nice Guys in the toilet with Ryan Gosling. Instead of saying like I got license to kill, it's like, hey, what stupid you think I am? I'm conquering the universe, motherfucker.
Robert Pattinson, 3 fucking movies, 3 movies with Zendaya, and like Tom Holland's only in 2 movies.
And he's already shooting the Batman Part 2 already. So this is
I'm
great
waiting for
him.
Zendaya to be announced as one of the cast members.
Yeah, that would be insane if she was cast in the movie.
If she was announced, then obviously there's something going on. Like there's something happening there. There's something happening. Maybe like that rumor when he got Zoe Kravitz.
To be fair, because you got a lot of people who are big stars and that they have great connections with their filmmakers, so they have lucky connections.
Yeah,
everyone in Hollywood's connected.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Zendaya and him have no screen time in the Odyssey together because he's literally trying to get halfway.
Because you got to remember her character. She's only going to appear at least in 1 or 2 scenes with Matt Damon because she's playing Athena.
Yeah, and so basically, and then on top of that, I don't think they're in the. He has no scenes with her at all in.
And I don't even think she's sharing a scene with him in the Dune Part 3. I don't think she's sharing.
No,
with him.
because all his scenes are supposed to be with Florence Pugh.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Same movie, but no sharing scenes. Crazy.
It's like
the no eyebrows just kill me.
Tom Holland's like probably
like Robert Pattinson from Dune Part 3 looks like the guy from Paul Bettany from the Da Vinci Code.
That's for sure.
And he's like
just whipping the back like.
That's crazy.
His wife was like, I do not like you having those eyebrows shaved. Can you please not do this anymore? And he's like, you're scaring your kids.
They make him sound like some.
Well, we already heard this dialogue in the trailer, so we already know what he's going to sound like.
Yeah, of course. Sounds like some British robot from Chicken Run. Oh,
boy. By the way, doesn't the Odyssey?
Oh.
By the way, doesn't the Odyssey remind you of the movie 300? Because like literally,
what scene was it? Wait, what scene was it, Jake?
The scene in 300. You know how let's fuck. I just watched this 2 days ago. Lena Headey, his wife in the movie. Remember how she in the movie, like the whole movie, she thinks he's dead, so he's just going to like get with Leonidas' brother. He's like, and he rapes her.
Yeah.
And then of course, doesn't it remind you of that? Like where he's like Robert Pattinson's kind of playing the similar role where he's like trying to get with Anne Hathaway.
You got to remember that's in the storyline in the Odyssey in the book. Like he's trying to take over the throne of Ithaca and trying to get with his wife and be his queen.
Because I honestly have never seen.
Because the 300 movie was based on the graphic novel. I'm pretty sure they took that idea from the Odyssey.
And she's got a couple movies, right? Odyssey, and then that horror movie.
Who? Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
She is. She's in a suspense.
That's not a horror film.
No. That's not a horror film.
No.
He's talking about a different horror film. He's talking about a different horror film with Dakota Johnson.
I got those two confused. I keep seeing like random pop-up trailers of it out of nowhere, but no actual advertisements.
but
Yeah,
the
so
more
Anne
of
Hathaway's
the
going to have a great year for
yeah.
herself too, because she's
I
in
mean,
another
really,
movie, Anne of Oak
is
Street.
everyone gonna line up to go see that one fucking movie with her and Dakota Johnson? Like, I gotta see this movie.
No.
No, I
No.
don't see that happening. But she was in another successful movie before The Odyssey, The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're sleeping on Oak Street. I think that movie's gonna be.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go
Looks
see it.
pretty good, yeah.
Once the tickets
People
go on
love
sale, we're going to
dinosaurs.
book to go see it.
I love me a good dino movie, bro.
And you know what they
Like,
should have? You know what they should have renamed? Jurassic Suburbia.
They would have got sued. They would have got sued if they
No,
would have done.
I'm being funny, Jake.
Okay.
She is being funny.
Yeah, you literal asshole.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what?
Everything is literal, you asshole.
You know what? You know what? Okay, I'm
Dude,
just gonna
loosen
tell you
up a
right
little
now.
bit.
Come on, man, that's garbage.
Really, dude?
I
That's
agree.
the best you got?
I'm not
I was trying to
insulted
find one
enough.
quick before I got away
Wow,
from
that was a brutal comeback. Let's go, guys. I don't think I'll ever recover from that.
Okay, all right. You know, watch the.
Like,
You know what?
Between the lines, Theo. Read between the lines.
you're so original.
Anything with Jack
That's like
Black.
I still have heart.
Yeah.
That's like such a PG. That's like the most PG comeback ever. But
That's true.
True, yes.
it's like such a PG comeback. It's like read between the lines. I'm like, as a kid, you're like, what the fuck does that mean?
I kind of got
Alright.
that when my brother mentioned it. Like, yeah, that's a secret way of giving them the bird.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we can't do it because Nickelodeon. Bro,
This is a PG film. It's a Nickelodeon movie, so you couldn't.
Even though there's literally like weird foot fetish shit and stuff and Dan Schneider on Nickelodeon, it's okay for them to go over inappropriate, but when Jack Black does it, that's too far.
But that's not run by Dan Schneider, who didn't make that movie.
I'm saying it's okay for a Nickelodeon Dan Schneider to act weird, but when Jack Black
That's
acts
fair.
weird,
Yeah, that's fair.
like, which
But anyway, what did you guys think about the Dune Part 3 trailer? Did it increase your excitement level? Are you going to book your tickets once it goes on sale? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Another trailer that was basically more of a TV spot. We're going to get into Godzilla Minus Zero, one of my most anticipated film of the year.
Godzilla -1.
Godzilla minus zero. Fuck me.
Godzilla -0. Fuck it. Like, I've never heard that. Is that the porno? Is it Godzilla fucking? It's like
I mean,
Godzilla.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a porno.
Oh,
I mean, are you surprised at this point that they could have named that already?
There probably is one named that.
it probably is.
Anyway, Godzilla is back and getting nuclear bomb dropped on him in a new trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero. The latest installment in the popular kaiju franchise, Godzilla Minus Zero is the direct sequel to the 2023 Japanese film Godzilla Minus One, which was an international hit and won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Per the official description, the new movie picks up in 1949, 2 years after the tremendous event of Godzilla Minus One, and continues the story of the Shikushima family as they face an all-new calamity. The scaling monster is bigger than ever in this time with Godzilla setting his sights on New York City. Godzilla Minus One was the 37th film in the Godzilla franchise, and the 33rd in the 33rd produced by Toho, the Japanese entertainment company that originally created the giant lizard-like kaiju creature. The film's writer and director Takashi Himasaki returns from Godzilla Minus Zero. The first movie grossed $116 million worldwide, making it its highest-grossing Japanese Godzilla film of all time in Japan's third biggest release in 2023. I will say that as much as I'm very excited to see Godzilla Minus Zero, I think the film itself is going to fucking deliver, and it's going to give us a crazy spectacle than the first movie, especially now that they're going to put this out in IMAX, which that's going to be new. And from what I've heard, we know that that Godzilla is going to be in New York, and because the first movie, the whole movie had nothing but Japanese dialogue. But now in the second film, even though there's going to be a Japanese dialogue, but I feel like there's going to be a lot more American dialogue, especially when you're going into New York, which it makes a lot more sense. And I think that Godzilla Minus One, it was definitely the best Godzilla they've ever made. It was a surprise hit that took everybody off guard, because at first when I heard about this for Minus One, I thought it was just going to be another throwaway, another experiment for another iteration of the installment of the Godzilla franchise, because I was never big on Godzilla, to be honest with you. But seeing that movie, it made me love the characters. They had a great story. It had a great human drama about a man who dealt with like PTSD and survivor's guilt and get his redemption arc by the end of the movie. It had a great drama. It felt more like a war drama in a kaiju monster Godzilla film. And it was able to balance both in that because most of the American Godzilla movies that we're seeing in that whole monster verse with Kong and Godzilla, most of the stuff had just been very fucking generic and very just more of a cash grab. And it just like, dude, you can balance having great human characters, but also you can also have a great monster mayhem at the same time. And Godzilla -1 just made it look like the monster verse movie looked like a Teletubby movies, at least for me personally. But even though I'm very disappointed by the 30-second spot because it just feels like they hyped it up like they're going to show us the full teaser trailer, but it was like 30 seconds. It's like, yeah, it's cool to see it, but I wanted to see a full trailer. I was really looking forward to that, but I'm still going to go see this movie no matter what because the hype is there for me. But Jake, what did you think of this TV spot?
Well, first off, I was disappointed because it's just a 30-second TV spot. I was wanting like a trailer. Like, I mean, like it just feels like, okay, like they shouldn't even call it like a trailer. They should just call it like a tease, a clip, if even. Like, I mean, a spot. If there was a TV spot, I'd have been much happier than saying that. But
A little strip.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I thought, like I said, I know one person that did not like Godzilla -1.
What?
Yeah, my aunt, she does not like her and my uncle did not like that movie. And I'm like, what? You didn't like it? I was like, come on. Yeah, they didn't like the movie.
Well, they probably have an acquired taste.
I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, hey, you know what? It's not for everyone, that movie. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that don't like it. I'm excited for this movie. Anytime, like I said, anytime we can get a Godzilla movie that's not, because it feels like every time now all we're getting is movies about Godzilla fighting King Kong they keep getting worse as they go on. So it's like, and so I'm kind of just wishing that America would lose the rights to the Godzilla movies because they keep doing such a shitty job. And I think this is the only chance that we have at watching good Godzilla movies is like from Toho. So I'm really excited. I probably won't watch it in theaters because I don't want to have to read the whole movie. I'll probably wait till it hits Netflix to watch it. And
dude, you're crazy. You have to fucking don't be a bitch, Jake. Don't be a bitch.
I'm not going to read a whole.
Don't be one of those morons saying, "Oh, I don't want to read. I just don't like reading."
What
I'm
an
talking about Squid Game.
Yeah,
Game.
really.
Reading is good for you. Reading's for smart people.
Okay, yeah, okay. No, all right, I missed something because I'm sitting there reading like the 15 minutes of dialogue.
Yeah, when I read the dialogue and it did distract me. So it's not my fault that you're a slow reader.
Yeah, I proofread. Okay, I don't just sit there and read it like. Okay,
you never proofread. You fucking send your voice text message without proofreading the whole thing.
Okay, fuck you. Okay, that was a comment.
Joke's on you, pal.
That was a confident thing, you asshole. You just that I do that. Now everybody knows I do my voice to text. Fuck that.
You old fuck.
I'm just lazy and I just don't want to type that all up, so I just tell you voice text.
Okay, Grandpa.
I don't like reading the dialogue.
Oh, I don't like reading. Gotta get out of here.
Sometimes it comes out weird. That's what Ryan's like. Collins, proofread this.
He does that all the time. He's like, dude, proofread it.
Oh my god.
One time I said something accidentally dirty, the way it made it sound, and then Ryan said back and goes, read this out loud to yourself.
That is hilarious. Kyle, what did you think of this 30-second spot?
Well, everyone knows me. I'm a huge Godzilla fan, and Godzilla -1 was my favorite movie of 2023. And I broke it down. I'm definitely excited for this because, it's the same director, same crew, and now he's bringing everything that was awesome about Godzilla -1 with a monster added. It's a teaser trailer. I hope we get an official trailer, and there was some cool shots, and I think the one thing I did like about the teaser was that shot behind the plane. So
yeah,
I hope they can actually give us official trailer, but I'm excited to see what they do with this, especially now with a monster involved, and they haven't showed it yet. So hopefully this is going to be exciting. So,
Big Dick Ryan, how did you feel about this?
Well, I've been personally trying to get better at picking and choosing what I think is worth like watching a trailer. And I think like
What?
not because I think what like I'm not going to be able to ignore the trailer for Avengers Doomsday. So it's like I'm going to watch it, suck it up, whatever. But this is a film that I don't think needs any like trailer commercial
Yeah.
to sell it to me because I'm already so excited for it just based off the idea of like going back to what you were saying before, Matt, how you like that there was like an actual fundamental story about human empathy with PTSD and like what you were saying with the survivor's guilt.
Mhm.
I just think it's nice that they actually decided to go back to the roots of like what made Godzilla scary in that very first like 1950s adaptation and kind of making it like a modern update of what I think that story would be now. And so I just think that alone just already gets me excited. So I don't need to see a trailer if they release like a full 2.5 minute one. I might check it out. I might not. It's not something I really care too much about because I know it's gonna look great. You know what I mean? They've already sold me with that first one. Like like you all were saying, it's like one of the best fucking Godzilla films of all time. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Like, hey, if you're excited to see it, I don't need to see a trailer. You already sold me. I love the last one. If you brought the same people back, I'm gonna rush out to see it
That,
the second film. So
that's
I
what
can see
sold
your
me
point.
too.
Yeah, I get it.
That's what sold me
yeah,
too when he said, "Bring everything that you love about -1, but add to a
It's going
monster
to be
to
much
all that."
bigger.
Yeah,
They even said that Godzilla is going to be much more bigger than he was in the last one. I mean, you've
yeah,
seen how that ruthless he was in the first movie, and the stakes were very high, especially when you saw the fucking atomic breath blowing out of his mouth. Oh my god, the atomic breath was fucking crazy. I've never seen that done like that before. I mean, yeah, we were used to seeing him shooting atomic breath, but when he shoots it out of his mouth, the fucking it explodes like an atomic bomb. That shit was watching that on the big screen. Oh god, it got me chills, got me shaking. I was like, oh, I cannot believe they really went into that route. Murder a lot of people in that movie.
especially for the whole town. It was crazy.
The whole city,
The whole
around in
city.
this
Yeah,
city. It was around in the
yeah,
city,
yeah. The city part. Yeah, that's what I meant.
and they brought that theme, the original theme back, like burn, 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 burn.
I won't
and it
lie. I
sounded
jumped
so
up.
good.
I was got so excited in the theater to hear that again. I'm like, this is just classic Godzilla.
Like you have to watch it on the big screen just to appreciate the scale of it.
Yeah.
It's one of the like the last few films I can remember just like in the theater underneath my breath just going like, oh shit. Just like because so much like insanity was happening, like what you were like the moment you were just describing, Matt. And like in the beginning when the entire like fucking town gets just demolished, or when she's on the train and
Oh god,
and
the
Godzilla comes
train.
in and you're just like, dude, what the fuck? And you're just like, it's one of those things where you know deep down, like, she won't die, or he won't die, or the kid won't die. But the film still does a really good job at setting it up as, like, the viewer to still feel the stakes. And I think that's what, like, a good movie does. So,
They made you
And
care. And also,
legendary.
yeah.
even the civilians, you saw the terror that they're about to see, that they're about to get perished, and
And
they know
obviously,
that they were done.
and obviously, you can tell the director was a huge fan of other movies. You can tell he was a huge fan of Jaws because there was elements of that in
Oh
there.
yeah, the whole ship
Yeah.
scene. Oh god, that
Yeah,
scene. Oh fuck, that felt very more reminiscent of Jaws.
And I like how it just starts out like you're into this like action. It doesn't just start out where it builds up like to like 20 minutes and then you see Godzilla. Because it seems like most of the American movies, like Godzilla, they build it up for like an hour before you see Godzilla. And I like that this is like Godzilla's like in the first 10 minutes of the movie, Godzilla shows up.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, you show up
yeah.
and then you set up this main protagonist, and
He's a
throughout the
coward.
whole like 10 to 15 minutes of the movie, you forgot you're watching a Godzilla movie.
Hey, as long as it's not having little velociraptor babies, I'm okay.
I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, Roland Emmerich kind of did that. Roland Emmerich pretty much did that in the Godzilla 97. I think it was like 98 or something when that movie came out.
I'll say, like, the
98,
movie's
yeah.
not good, but like, it's definitely kind of a guilty pleasure because of how ridiculous.
Because you know how bad it is, but somehow
the
you're
Simpsons
entertained.
in that movie. Like half the characters in the movie are from The Simpsons.
I just don't know how you sell a Godzilla film that is essentially just like a T-Rex roaming New York City to a studio and putting the label Godzilla on it. It's just like I cannot imagine and then just having fucking what's his name be the lead of it.
Matthew
Broderick.
Yeah. Matthew Broderick. It's just like such a weird casting choice.
Yeah, the guy from the cable. Yeah, the guy who came from The Lion King, the cable guy, and what else? I can't remember. Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
It's
Matthew
literally just
Broderick
the
had better
weirdest
acting.
mix-up of a film.
He had
Wasn't
better acting.
Gene something in there?
They were selling a lot of merchandise off of that movie.
Yeah.
They were going ham on that marketing.
Matthew Broderick had better acting at his court appearance for the murder charge. He had better acting at that than he did in this movie.
Well, if you got the guy that's like, you call this coffee? I call this America.
Dude, I haven't even watched that film in years. It's been I don't remember much of it.
You couldn't even buy the action figures for the movie because you had to wait until the movie came out to receive the action figures because they were keeping Godzilla's appearance secret. So like,
I could have sworn one of my I could have sworn that my I could have sworn my older brother had one of those merged action figure of Godzilla one time. I think that happened one time. I was like, oh shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I would definitely own it. I would definitely own. Remember, guess who also does the soundtrack for the movie? Guess who's like on the album, the Godzilla album?
Who?
P. Diddy.
Oh God.
Back when he was called Puff Daddy.
Yeah. Oh God.
You said that's what's French roast. Remember when he yells it out?
I was like, remember, I will say this: if I ever come across a Godzilla merchandise from that movie, I'd still buy it because I will say is bad movies have the best merchandise.
They did. Even Batman and Robin had the best merch, even though the movie sucked, even though the movie was terrible. But they had a great merch. I remember as a kid getting a lot of these action figures of Batman and Robin as a little kid.
I still secretly think they know the movie's gonna be bad, so they're like, you know what? Let's at least give the fans some merch. That way, they can at least have fun with the merch. Because
they even sell the merch from. Dude, they even sold a lot of merch from the Wild Wild West movie with Will Smith.
I know. Remember, Burger King did a toy line for it.
Burger King did the toys.
Buy a toy line. I remember getting an Artemis toy.
I remember the commercial from Wild Wild West from Burger King commercial in the 90s.
I guess because Will Smith was in the movie, so they're like, all right, Will Smith. Guess what? We're gonna treat it like Men in Black.
He turned down the Matrix world to be in the Wild Wild West movie.
I'm not gonna lie, that song still hits hard. The Wild Wild West song.
It is Will Smith. I mean, if he want to make it work, he'll make it work with the music.
Watch that forever.
Oh my God! Now I want to listen to that song. Now I got stuck in my head. The Wild Wild West.
Oh God. What did you guys think about the Godzilla -1 preview? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Up next to this new segment, we're gonna
one comment.
Oh yeah, we got to. Oh okay. Hold on. Anchors of movies. Hello and thanks from Stacy. Who would you cast as DC villains live wire? I don't know.
I don't know either, really.
I mean, I'm not like I was never big on Livewire. I mean, I believe I've seen Livewire in the live action Supergirl show in the early season, and I know that there's another Livewire in the animated show called My Adventures with Superman. I like that character, so I don't know. I haven't really thought about it of who would be cast as Livewire in live action.
I know
who did you cast?
I would cast RuPaul.
Oh my God, Jay. Shut the fuck up.
All right, you know who I cast really? The girl from Obsession. The girl from
Andy Neverett? Yeah, and there's been word around that she's talking with the director Jake Schreier, the director of X-Men. So I mean, who knows? You never know.
I mean, you can also cast who was the girl?
We've seen actors popping up in Marvel DC movies simultaneously, so it is a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know who would be a great live wire?
No.
The girl.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Yeah. The girl from what's that show called? The one with they just what's it? Fuck the one that it's she's on Cape Fear right now, but
Oh, you mean Amy Adams?
no, not Amy Adams.
No, she's in the show Cape Fear.
Yeah, she plays like the Javier Bardem's daughter on the show, that Max Kane.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
an
watched
awful
it
fucking
either.
show, but she does a good
really. Here's the thing. I've been hearing it was great. Even my brother said, "No, you gotta fucking watch it."
Awful. I call it cape shit, is what I've been calling it, because it's like I'm hate watching this shit. I'm like, why is it so bad?
I'll see it for myself, and usually, and you know what, Drake, I usually don't trust your taste and shit, so I'll fucking watch it myself and be the judge of that.
Watch the original before you watch it. Watch the original, and then watch
when I want to
it.
watch the original, and I can watch the show. That's why you hate it, because you're comparing to the previous ones, and that's why you watch the fuck out of it.
Like, I swear, I think they're doing magic in the show. I swear there's magic. And then you got Amy Adams' shitty accent, who doesn't know how to do a southern accent to save her fucking life. Oh my God, let me talk about you. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, okay? Like, a southern accent.
Were you personally offended by her incarnation of a southern accent?
Yes, I was offended. Okay, I was like, Amy Adams, talk normal. People, it's in Georgia. People know how to talk normal in Georgia.
I think we found the deep-rooted cause here with this one.
I was angry. I was so angry. I'm like, stop talking like that. And also, I think they're using fucking magic in this show. I think there is using voodoo. I swear, I think there is using voodoo in the show. I am like that 90% sure.
I'll watch the show and see for myself. I'll see it for myself and see what all the fuss is about.
We were going to do a watch party, but I texted Ryan and I said, don't. This movie's shit. It's shit. Don't watch it. I was like, I hating this show so far. I was into it, and then I'm like, and then they lost me. And I'm like, okay, now they're starting to go weird, become weird. Okay, now it's going to use magic and shit. And I'm like, all right, you lost me.
Or you could just be exaggerating the whole thing.
Yeah, really.
You have a habit of exaggerating a lot.
I'm not exaggerating, dude. Watch it. I watch it. I guarantee y'all that.
You sound like you suffer from whiny bitch syndrome.
It feels like someone shit in your cereal one time and you never forgave them ever. Or someone, you act like someone fucked your girlfriend and then never talked to them again.
You know what?
What's really bothering
wait until you see the show. Then you'll know. Then you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, he wasn't exaggerating.
I'll see it. Yeah, I'll see it.
I can't wait. I'm done. You better watch the whole fucking show too. Not even stop, because I know you're gonna. I'll watch.
I'm not gonna stop. I know how to watch it all the way through.
Watch all the way fucking through, okay, big man.
Yeah, I'm a big man. Thank you, little boy.
Watch all the way through. It's hard for me to get through one fucking episode.
He prefers daddy.
I'm sorry, get through it, daddy.
Oh, jeez.
He's daddy of your child.
This is how I felt watching Cape Fear.
Well, to be frank, I was bored off my ass 10 seconds into the thing. I was literally getting more and more pissed the longer it went on.
Are you sure, Jake?
It's okay, Jake. We wish we knew how you felt.
He needs a hug. He's gonna need a hug.
I need a lobotomy for this. I'll never have to remember it.
He should be like medicated.
I mean, to be fair, the original film isn't the greatest piece of cinema out there. I'll be honest.
Everybody keeps telling me watch Widow's Bay. It's better. Everybody keeps telling me watch Widow's Bay, and I'm like,
I like Widow's Bay, but I also think people are talking it's funny, but it's not like this groundbreaking thing that I feel like people are making it out to be. I enjoyed watching Widow's Bay.
You literally told me to watch Widow's Bay. You literally were saying. You were like one of the people that said that. Like, I had like 3 people, and you were one of the 3 that told me you should watch Widow's Bay. I'm just like,
bro, it's solid. I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of people are making it out to be like this triumphant, hilarious horror comedy where nothing's super diehard, it hurts my stomach, but it gets a good few chuckles every few episodes. And what's his name? Matthew Reese.
Yeah,
he's really good in it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Okay. I mean, I gotta eat some shit for a few more weeks on Cape Fear, and then I'll definitely check it out.
Dude, what?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, he eat pieces of shit for breakfast, so yeah.
I call it
literally.
shit. That's what I eat. Yeah.
Do you at least put whipped cream on it like a pancake?
I can't. Javier Bardem, Amy Adams' shitty accent is what really makes it worse.
Javier Bardem trying to do an accent like when
Javier Bardem is not actually the best part of the whole fucking thing, but I don't understand why they make it. I feel like they're trying to make his character not evil. They're trying to make him like a nice guy, a misunderstood guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, hey, guess what? Like, I truly think they're probably going to make it where, oh, Max Cady's not really a bad guy like in the original movies. He's actually, he's being framed by another person, and that person's really the villain. Because they've already introduced two females, and one of them is stalking Max. The girl from the original Cape Fear, Juliette Lewis, is in the show playing Max Cady's mistress, who is stalking him and leaving voodoo things around for him to find. And then she goes, hey, Max. She made, like, remember in Scream 7 how Matthew Lillard came out and goes, hey, Sydney, I'm going to kill you. They do something like that in Cape Fear, where she's like, hey, Max, here's a voodoo thing for you. And he's like, no, stop. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I don't think it's I don't think it's magic. I think they're just tripping on fucking drugs that they just fucking put on voodoo shit.
For sure.
Just wait until you watch it. It's like I think it's got like 3 weeks left of it or so. But I've not watched last week's episode or this week's because the 4th of July. I'm dreading so bad watching it this week. I'm dreading.
Really? I didn't even know if it was still going on. I thought they just wrapped it.
No, still got a couple weeks episode, which our boy Jeff Snyder said he watched the whole show and he fucking hated it. He said the finale really is terrible.
Bro's like, wait for me to finish this show, but doesn't watch the episodes.
I watched 2. I didn't watch the last 2 because of 4th of July. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna.
You watched the whole show, but I didn't watch the last 2.
Bro, this is like some shit. You stand like in the shower in like a superhero position role that you're like in heavy thought about.
Like remember Family Guy how the guy
raining shit in the shower.
Remember in Family Guy how Darth Vader
shit the whole time.
You're like Joe Dirt getting ringed by a bunch of shit that thought I was an atomic bomb, but it was the shitter the whole time. I got poopy on me.
I agree with both of them.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe Dirt's a way better movie than people let it out to be. That's actually a really enjoyable film.
Yeah,
I'd rather watch Joe Dirt than Cape Fear.
Okay, you're pushing your luck.
No, I'm serious. I'd rather watch Joe Dirt over this Cape Fear, not over the Scorsese.
Yeah, but comparing to Joe Dirt is unapologetically a bad film, but it's an entertaining bad movie.
It's entertaining. At least I wasn't bored on that one. This one, I was kind of looking at my phone.
So you can't. That's not really a fair comparison.
I mean, any film that uses a giant turd to fake that it's an asteroid instantly gets my vote.
Oh my god,
he gets it,
and that's where the human race falls.
Idiocracy. It's like Idiocracy, where there's just a fart on screen.
Dude, that movie's just like too ridiculous for me to like get through sometimes. Idiocracy.
The one best picture that year, the movie Ass, called Ass, and just this about a guy farting. There's like an ass on screen farting, and then he's like, everyone's like, ah! And he's like, what the fuck is everybody laughing at? It's not even like that is the funniest thing of the whole movie when Luke Wilson's like sitting in the theater and everyone's laughing at a fart, and then he's just looking like, what the fuck is everybody thinking?
Okay, first of all, Idiocracy was a great fucking movie that was ahead of its time. That it's not far off from it if you watch it again now today.
They got Crocs right. They called Crocs before it was even invented.
Yeah,
they made Crocs.
I think there's a good lawsuit there.
Mike Judd even said he thought about suing because like we made Crocs before the freaking movie that they were even a thing. We're like, oh, what's so stupid? No one would ever do this. And then Crocs came out. I'm like, hey, don't we? We said, but we never made that. We never patented that. Like they fucking did. And I was like, so fuck.
All right, we're getting a little off the topic here. We got to jump into the next topic. Like I said before, what did you think of the Godzilla promo? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. On to the next segment. There's been more going around that Jeff Snyder has reported that Jimmy Tatro is eyeing the key role in the DC Studios plan Jimmy Olsen's The DC Crime, the Superman spinoff, and he's being in talks a role of playing Gorilla Grodd. And this is a reporting from Empire. You remember how last November we brought you news that Skylar Gazanto, fan favorite star of James Gunn's Superman, looked set to get his own Jimmy Olsen Center, a DCU spinoff series called DC Crime. And do you remember how we also said Dan Perlot and Tony, co-creators of mockumentary show American Vandal, had been tapped to write and showrun? Well, after months of radio silence, it looks like that show is still very much in the offing. As Deadline is reporting that theater camp star Jimmy Tatro is in talks to star in the series. And what's more, he's apparently looking to play none other than DC Comics evil Abe Gorilla Grodd. Now DC Crime hasn't officially even been given the green light by James Gunn and Peter Safran just yet. It's worth noting, however, back when word of the proposed show, a fictional true crime series revolving around Gazanos Olsen and his Daily Planet colleagues first got out, and it's also worth bearing in mind that the reports did specifically mention how the first series would potentially revolve around Gorilla Grodd, having made a cameo, albeit on non-speaking one, in Gunn's animated Creature Commandos. Grodd most often featured in DC Comics as a regular of the Flash's Rogues Gallery. Makes a lot of sense as a potential villainous lead, being a deep comics villain who both poses enough of a threat to carry a season and comes with enough relative anatomy to feel fresh and for mainstream audiences. Grodd perfectly fits the vibe of Gunn's Silver Age model DCU, and it's leading into the weirder side of the Detective Comics. Let's just be clear on this, that this is just a rumor going around that Jeff Snyder has been hearing sources that that the actor Jimmy Tatro is eyeing the role to play Gorilla Grodd in the DC crime show of the mockumentary style. But it's also, we already know that's been confirmed that the writers of the show is the people that did American Vandal from the Netflix series, which I actually loved American Vandal. If you have never watched American Vandal on Netflix, there's only 2 seasons, and it's basically a crime mockumentary show, and it's a dark comedy. And I recommend you should check that out. Especially watch the first season. You're going to be hooked by the first like 2 minutes of the episode, and it just keeps going and going. Great mystery that you're wondering who done it. And the actor Jimmy Tatro was pretty much the main character of that show. I remember his first acting I've seen him in was he was in 22 Jump Street. He co-starred along with Wyatt Russell. He was first a YouTuber, but then he went into acting when he was in 22 Jump Street, and then he was in another role. He was in that theater camp movie. Then he was also in the other latest movie called Scream 7 in the beginning of the pro. Yeah, he's in Super Troopers too. And here's the thing: if I think he was fucking hilarious in American Vandal. It's a very underrated show that I wish they would have kept that show going. But even if you could still watch the show as a standalone each season, because each season is pretty much a crime story from one to another. There's no, like, even though it's canon to each of the seasons, but it's basically its own thing. You highly recommend it. You'll love American Vandal. It's on Netflix. But they're bringing the people involved to do the DC crime show. That one gets me less worried because I trust the people behind it, and it kind of makes sense that they want to get the guy that they worked with from American Vandal to do the show. I think it makes a lot of sense. But Jake, what did you think about this? About the whole rumors going around with him being cast as Gorilla Grodd?
I think honestly that they're probably going to I feel like Grodd's not going to be like in the Flash or like in the comics. It's like Grodd. I think he's probably going to be like a dude, bro. Like, what's up? I'm Grodd, man. And then him and Jimmy Olsen are probably going to hang out in the town and everything. And then Grodd's going to be mad. And then he's like, I'm going to kill you, bro. And then he's like, it's going to be Jimmy versus Grodd. I feel like that's the way, knowing Gunn and everything. I feel like that's the way.
Well, obviously he's not going to be throwing punches at Gorilla Grodd.
I think it's going to be like Grodd and Grodd.
He's basically going to be hosting this mockumentary and solving crimes.
Yo, I'm Gorilla Grodd. What are you gonna do, man? It's just like it's just gonna have his voice. He's not gonna be like, I am Gorilla Grodd. It's not like that. It's gonna be like, what's up?
Well, we don't even know what kind of Grodd we're getting. I mean, we don't even know what kind of Grodd. He's still gonna be a bad villain in one of his rogues gallery. I don't think he's gonna be like the misunderstood villain, because he was all evil in the comics.
What did he do in 22 Jump Street?
Oh, he played one of those college frat boys.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He was best friend of Wyatt Russell, and at the end, whenever Wyatt Russell gets jealous, he says, "I hope they belong to you. I hope they deserve each other." And then he goes, "What?"
Okay,
That's who he should be with. What?
Yeah.
You know, he's funny as hell.
He's fun.
Which
Yeah,
is like-
if you think he's funny, watch him in American Vandal on Netflix. He's fucking hilarious on that show.
There's a funny
I was
bonus
surprised
feature
how good he was in that show.
There's a funny bonus with him on 22 Jump Street where he's like, he joins the Jump Street program on the bonus feature for 22 Jump Street, where he joins the Jump Street program. He's like, "What's up, guys?" And he's like, "Bam, bam!" Like they shot it. I guess it's like a bonus feature, but it's really funny.
Was it like a deleted scenes or something?
No, it was like a bonus feature that was shot
Oh.
for the thing where it says,
Oh,
he joins Jump Street. And he's like, "Beam, beam!" Like he's just jumping over a car and changing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen the bonus scenes.
I'm gonna have to send it to you. I'm gonna find it tonight and send it to you. It's
It
really
probably
fun.
might be in the special features because I still have the special features. So yeah, Kyle, what did you think about this whole rumor going around for him being in talks to playing Gorilla Grodd?
Since that's a rumor, and I have seen some of his stuff, and I'm gonna have to check that out with that TV show. Matt, thank you for that recommendation. But no, I think that if it does happen, that'll be interesting. If he does, and what direction they go with.
Big Dick Brian, how did you feel about this?
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I think he's funny, but like, I don't know what they want to do with this Gorilla Grodd, because I think Gorilla Grodd is really fucking cool as a villain. I just don't. I hope they don't do with whoever said it before, where they make him into like this kind of dude bro-y type guy. Like, for me, that would drain my excitement for like that show very fast, because it feels like it will turn characters into what they want to fit like the tone of the show and not make it work well, and they're just kind of forcefully doing it, because like Grodd, like, not being a telepath that like speaks few words too many, like, is the only thing that should be happening with him. I don't want him to be having like full on conversations or whatever. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what to make of the show in general. So I guess that's like where part of my not gripe, but like I don't really care too much until like I see clips, is because like I just need to see what this show is going to be like in general, because I feel like the show can be 5 different things, like just based off the information they've told us.
What direction they go with, yeah.
I just thought it was gonna be like Jimmy Olsen being a ladies' man and everything, and then like Gorilla starts showing up and he has to save the day. It's kind of like that
Well,
show.
that's what I'm saying. I kind of hate that because I see it too. Like,
yeah.
It's something that they would think is cool and trendy right now. That is absolutely not that.
You know, it could be Jimmy say like that show. What's that Big Bang Theory spinoff that's coming out soon? Stewart fails to save the universe.
Saves the universe.
It could be like that. Jimmy Olsen doing something like that. That's what I feel like I could see that show. Jimmy Olsen being just like that show. Only I think he's much cooler than Stewart. You know, obviously. But yeah, I mean, by the way, that's a fucking crazy idea for a show. Stewart fails to save the universe. Like, it's about him time traveling. Like, do they realize, not understand, like, the Big Bang Theory is about nerds in a comic shop? Like, now they're trying to make it, like, freaking sciencey, like, science fiction now, like, by them making the time travel and shit. I'm like, really?
Yeah, it kind of looks mid. I don't
Especially knowing
Mr. Freeze is in one
they could do a lot
episode.
better
Mr.
with
Freeze.
I mean, honestly, I don't care for the Big Bang Theory. I couldn't get into that show. I find it very overrated. It's an overrated show.
And I'm like, you know what? The next time you have a thought, let it go.
Dude, does it just suck being you?
It does, right, Matt, suck being you, because Big Bang Theory is awesome.
No, it's not. It sucked. That
Yes.
show's awful. Try watching the video on YouTube without the audience laughing, and you still would laugh at the jokes.
Yes,
I
there are some
I dare
really
you to
funny
try it. I
jokes.
dare you to try it. Try it.
Everyone's gonna like the show.
I mean, seriously, like, you're like in a minor spectrum of people that did not like the Big Bang Theory.
No, I don't get the hype. It was never that funny. I didn't find the show all that interesting.
I will say Young Sheldon, though, was not as good.
I mean, I heard Young Sheldon was a pretty good show because it was more like a comedy drama that was different from that because it was different production. It kind of looked like it was
the later
better.
seasons were better than the first couple, but
Yeah. But anyway, what did you think about this whole news with the Gorilla Grodd casting? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, on to the next topic. We got to talk about this Megan spinoff movie that no one knew that this fucking movie even existed until Jake brought this up to me last night when we were doing a watch party talking Gotham. This movie is basically going to be called Soulmate, and it's going to be dropping on and it's going to be dropping on VOD at the first day of August, because originally this was supposed to go to theaters.
This was going
to go. And then Megan 2 bombed its fucking balls off.
This was shot.
That's why no faith in
Soulmate. 2 years ago.
After being removed from Universal's theatrical calendar late last year, the Megan AI reboot AI robot spinoff Soulmate is moving forward as a straight-to-digital release. It will be available to rent on digital platforms starting August 1st from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. The erotic thriller features a technological twist. According to the film's synopsis, Soulmate follows a grieving engineer tasked with testing a ruthless tech giant's new artificially intelligent android. But when he attempts to program her to be a truly sentient soulmate, she develops needs of her own, unleashing a relentless spree of precision engineered mayhem. Personally, yeah, I watched this fucking trailer earlier today, and my god, this is basically a ripoff from fucking Fatal Attraction that meets Companion.
Yeah, basically Companion is that Ortega film. It's Megan 1, and it's like 4 different fucking movies we've already had like in the last 5 days. Essentially, like literally.
Yeah, it feels like Fatal Attraction, except that Psycho bitch is a fucking robot android that goes fucking crazy, and when it doesn't go her way and is obsessed with the man.
This movie like 5 times. Ex Machina.
This is, if you watch this trailer, you're like, what the fuck is this that I'm watching? She goes after that one girl who thought that she was in love with that one dude, and it literally felt like Fatal Attraction. It literally felt like
this. Plots to this. That's done
like, what the fuck am I watching here? This is so bad. It felt like you could have watched this in the fucking Lifetime channel.
What are they doing?
This was supposed to, by the way, come out last January, which is crazy. And then they decided, you know what? Let's just like put it like, and then they took it off the schedule to August, which, by the way, you're crazy if you think anyone's going to go watch this in August. You're crazy. Okay, if anyone even thinks
well, that's a weird month for it.
You put in August.
You're
lucky to make money in January. I mean, what the fuck on that one? I was like,
yeah, you're more likely you're just going to put this out in January and just dump it right there in the middle of the month where movies go to die.
I mean, they made a movie about a haunted swimming pool. Okay, you might as well try this. At least this one has a better.
This is the first time that an artificial android is now an actual lifelike human-like character comparing to fucking Megan. That looks like an Olsen twins fucking blow-up doll.
Well, actually, the thing is, the reason I heard this is what I read. Okay, the reason why they bought this, okay, and apparently Soulmate, because the plot is very similar to the movie Obsession, so they bought this, but they figure Obsession would be better because they tested the movies and Obsession was so they put Obsession and they put Obsession out and they moved this movie. And now, apparently, because it has a similar plot, they're just going to throw this one under the bus and say nobody wants. Because this one tested.
I mean, I don't blame them. Did you guys not watch this trailer? Like,
yeah, and they fucking knew how bad it was, but they were confident that this movie was going to make bank because they thought Megan 2.0 was going to make bank, and it completely backfired.
Well, at least they have money. Like, hey, we made a lot of money on it. We made $400 million on Obsession. So
horny R-rated. What the fuck?
You see how they have the mate? Like there was at number 8.
It's literally just if Megan was a sex robot for an adult.
That's
this was literally a companion movie meets fucking Fatal Attraction rolled into one in this movie. I shit you not.
Basically, if you could fuck Megan, that's essentially what this movie is.
Yeah, if she were like a real human-like person, if you fuck her.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure out there are weirdos out there that probably would want that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure sometime in the future they're starting to make sex bots, so that shit is actually happening.
But I'm just basically also isn't there like a movie coming out that's also very similar except Clara and the Sun? Isn't that one like similar but only she's not a murder bot like she?
Yeah. It was, but that wasn't like a novel adaptation. And this is supposed to be directed by Taika Waititi.
I'm just thinking, like, okay, do we really need to keep making movies about AI robots that look like?
I mean, I think we're just tired of having mediocre AI movies. I think we just need a decent one. I mean,
Could make
Companion,
good
that
ones.
was actually fucking awesome.
Ex
I love
Machina was
Companion.
good.
Yeah, Ex
We
Machina,
just need
that was
to
a
remake
Ex
The
Machina. Ex
Matrix.
Machina was amazing.
Ex Machina. We had Companion.
And we had the Joaquin Phoenix movie with Scarlett Johansson. Her, that movie was a really good movie.
But I mean, that wasn't. She
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
like a person. She was.
Well, she
just a
wasn't. Yeah,
fucking-
but she was still an AI. But that was still an AI movie.
Yeah, and he didn't try to fuck the
I was
phone.
looking
though.
He wanted the
I
fucker.
was looking at the
He
theater
knows he
when
wanted
that
the fucker. It was a
Oh,
love
no.
story.
That
That
tongue
shit.
was getting really close to the speaker at one point. Oh, Queen, let's relax. Like he started getting like real moist up in there
Like,
for a
really,
minute.
yeah.
He's starting to get a really rock hard.
We should. Like, I wish somebody would do like a sketch of what it call her, and call it, her part 2, and it just basically is someone like they're trying to fuck the phone, and he's like, ah, and she's like, you're so bad, and he's like, ah, and then he's just like, and someone, and his wife walks in, him trying to fuck the phone, and he's like, it's not what it looks like.
That's not what it looks like.
The phone came on to me, I swear.
it looks like. Oh.
I swear the phone started touching me first. Like
The phone vibrated on my pocket and came on.
it touched my thigh. I didn't know what to do.
I mean, dude, she came on to me.
His phone had the sexy voice. It was vibrating.
They did a funny like back in.
I mean, come on, give me a break. I have my needs.
Back in like when Jonah Hill hosted SNL back in like 2012 or 2013, they did a bit on her called Him, and what happened is they said and then it's just him falling in love with this dude on his phone. AI, and then he says, "I'm gonna role play. I'm gonna bring someone in. You're gonna fuck him, but I'm gonna talk on the phone." And it's Michael Cera, dressed like him, and just doing this. Now he's gonna dance sexy. It's Michael Cera. It's just like this going, and it's so fun. I was like, Michael's. I was like, oh my god. I was like, this. I actually had watched this. He's like, yeah, it's like just like Michael. But yeah, it's funny. I mean, you gotta watch it. So it's fun. But
Yeah, so what did you think about the movie Soulmate? Do you even give a shit about this movie coming out on VOD?
No.
Let us know
no
your
one
thoughts
gives
in
a
the
shit.
comments.
It's not gonna make any money. Okay,
It's a rhetorical question, Jay. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Fuck this movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
We are all in a sabbatical. Fuck this movie. We are all in sabbatical. We all
Not
can agree.
literally.
Not literally, but metaphorically.
Yeah, I got a whole movie
Metaphorically,
that fuck it, like,
Not suggesting you guys.
my question is, I wonder if it's gonna if it's gonna come on physical media. That's my question.
I highly
I-
fucking doubt it.
I really want to know what these guys are going to be asking for a renting price. Because if it's anything lower than $20,
My
I
gut-
will laugh.
it would be probably like $15 to rent
I
and
think it'd be
10,
like
$20
a
bucks to buy.
$15. And there's going to be something kind of satisfying about that.
Watch party. We'll get
Dude,
Ryan to watch.
someone needs to tell Blumhouse to start making actual good horror. Because it feels like they've put no effort into any other movies in the past like half decade.
Ryan, they have a movie about a haunted swimming pool. Okay.
I know, and I'm an asshole who coughed up change to watch it because, I'm like, let me give it a fucking chance. And you know what? I walked out of that movie theater thinking to myself, God damn, that was even worse than what I could have thought it could have ever fucking been. And I was like, holy fucking shit. This is about a fucking haunted swimming pool. Why am I sitting here trying to convince myself that it was...
Well, no, to be fair, Obsession was under Blumhouse.
They bought it though. They didn't make it. They bought that.
Yeah, but if they still bought it, it was still under Blumhouse.
You buying something and actually making something are two different things. It's like, I could buy if we bought the rights to say Dune Part 3, and then Dune Part 3 did well. It's not on us. It means the filmmakers on Dune did a good job. We just bought it and just profited off of it. That's why everybody was calling Jason Blum out last 2 weeks. And they're like, you did not make this movie. You just bought it and you're profiting off of it, you asshole.
Literally.
You did not make because you can't make a movie that good.
Dude, it's just really annoying, and seeing Soulmate's trailer just infuriates me even more because it somehow just keeps getting worse. Like, how do you make an even worse Five Nights at Freddy's film with the second one? And the fact that they're making a third is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, didn't like the second one make less money? I know the first one made a
It
lot
made
of money.
like
No,
yeah,
it was profitable. It's profitable.
was
It was
it?
under
Okay,
it was under
I
like
thought
50.
was
It was on like 36 to 51 million dollars, and it made 239 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Okay.
have a sequel to Halloween Ends.
But you know what they say? They're like, hey, it didn't show friends to show business. This quote from Jerry Maguire. So
Yeah.
it's all about business and what makes
Jason
money.
Blum's laughing his ass off to the bank.
Yeah, he's laughing his ass off the bank. Like,
Dude.
Shane.
From
Dude sitting by his fire with a cigar in his mouth and a fucking whiskey with a stack of 20s, just
Yeah.
giggling at all the fucking Twitter
Yeah.
posts just put up on his TV in front of him.
Suckers.
These fucking
It's
losers.
like, see, he's a see. Let's see if I can make another movie. Let's see if I can get the Friday the 13th rights now.
Oh, dude. Don't even say that. Like, take that back, please.
He said he's hell bent on getting the Friday the 13th movie
Dude,
rights and the Nightmare on
it's-
Elm Street rights. He's hell bent.
It's already bad enough they refuse to make a Friday the 13th project, even though they're making the Pamela one.
Yeah.
But like that's literally worst case scenario if they ever did make one.
Well,
Yeah.
Jason Blum said he's hell bent. Like that's there's two rights.
And
he's been
you
trying
know
to get.
what? I fucking believe that, man, and that's what scares me.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But you know what? Like he doesn't. They have the Saul rights now too, so that's what's scary. Because it's. But I trust James Wan. Okay, I trust James Wan. But still,
Because
Atomic
you have to forget it's a production studio. It doesn't really mean anything. It's all about who's the one who's behind the camera and who's writing the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Truthfully.
yeah, they did Halloween. Which
It's just that Blumhouse just has a habit
It
of
just
hiring
wasn't too
shitty. Yeah, but Blumhouse fucking has a habit of fucking hiring shitty fucking creatives to make movies.
I mean, look, okay, so my cousin, you know, I told you that my cousin Josh, he works on movies, okay? And, you know, like, remember how me and Ryan interviewed him for War Dogs? And we were talking about, and I mentioned the Haunted Swimming Pool movie, and he said, my friend, she worked on that movie. She was the one that made the movie. And I'm like, oh. And he said, I'm so sorry. I apologize. Because
I just got awkward.
And then he said, don't worry, I've not seen the movie. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the movie because I made that. I was like, they made a shitty movie in a haunted swimming pool, and then he goes, "My friend, she wrote that movie." I was like,
Damn, bro, that's rough. That's rough.
I was like, I felt so bad after saying that, but then he's like, "Don't worry, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if it's bad or not. I haven't seen the movie." That's what he said. I haven't seen it.
That's when you're like, you might think it's true, but you never want to confront it.
No.
I love my cousin Josh, but yeah, he told me, but she told us some way crazier stuff. Like he said, do you know, like that Robin Hood movie, that Jamie Foxx? He goes, they said it was a great concept pitch. They don't understand why the hell it went south the way it did. Like they were trying to make John Wick with arrows, and then they turned around and said, you know what? Let's not make John Wick with arrows. Let's make something else, like Power Rangers.
Is that the one with Taron Egerton too?
Yeah, that was the one.
Okay.
He said they don't know what went wrong with that movie. They said they just all of a sudden the concept was John Wick, but with arrows, and then they turned around and said we're not making that version. Instead, we're going to make something else. And they're like, why? That's what's popular is John Wick, and they're going to make something else. They said that
Fucking idiots.
They said that the 3D test reel they have, they use the 3D dummies and stuff. They said the 3D setup sequence they do, like they'll do like a play, you know, like a 3D animation sequence, how it's supposed to look. They said the test footage looked amazing. They said, but then they said it did not. They said that the final product looked like shit. And they said, and they tested it, and it got getting a worse test every time to where they're like, this is the best cut. We're done with it. Just throw it or take a loss. Let's go.
It's like going to the casino and saying you're winning back your money every time you put a 20 in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's exactly what it feels like when you watch some movies. All right, let's talk about Friday the 13th.
It's not called Friday. Well, one thing I got to correct you, Jake. It's not called Friday the 13th. It's called Freddy the 13th. Apparently, it's like what the fuck did you read, Jake? But onto this topic, Dan Trachtenberg's Untitled Freddy the 13th animated horror comedy gets a release date. Paramount Animation has given Dan Trachtenberg's Untitled Freddy the 13th adaptation an appropriate release date. After announcing the Untitled animated family horror comedy Nancy International Animation Film Festival last month. Paramount has set the project based on Yehudi Mercado's indie comic from a Friday, October 13th, 2018. No, not 2018, 2028 release. Directed by Trachtenberg and co-directed by Mercado, the movie follows a familyfication that turns into a nightmare when fun Uncle Freddy accidentally kills the boogeyman and takes on his powers. Paramount Animation described the feature as PG-rated horror delivering scares and laughs to the whole family. Trachtenberg, the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane, Predator Badlands, will also produce the animated project with longtime collaborator Ben Rosenblatt. The project announcement comes 4 months after Trachtenberg signed a 3-year producing and directing first look deal with the animation division's parent company, Paramount Pictures. So I knew nothing about this project. I mean, at first that Jake was sending me the rundown and thought it was a Friday the 13th with Dan Trachtenberg. I was like, and then I had to read the article and it says Friday the 13th. Well, he needs to stop reading the goddamn thing every fucking time.
They did that on purpose though, because they said like Freddy.
No, you just couldn't fucking read it properly this time.
They wouldn't use Friday 13 unless it goes.
That's not gonna be the official fucking title. You know as well as I do.
No, it's called Freddy. No, that's actually gonna be the title, Freddy the 13th.
They're gonna make them change that because they're like
they're not gonna call it Friday the 13th because it's not a Jason movie. It has nothing to do with Jason Voorhees. It's about a family who kills the boogeyman and takes his powers away.
You think they're gonna keep that title Freddy the 13th?
Yeah, because it avoids the fucking confusion, dude.
I can see this movie not even getting made.
I mean, to be fair, hold on. Let me play it. To be fair, it's called it's an Untitled. It's not the official title, so apparently they could change it. So so it's an Untitled. So it's a working title, basically.
They're probably going to end up not getting made because of the plot alone. Because
it is getting made because they said that it's going to it's already got a release date, so they're already in the works for this movie.
Didn't Batgirl have a release date? Now where's that at?
Yeah, but this is not the same circumstances. They need to put movies with Paramount, dude. They have. They're not like WB. Like, no, we're going to scrap it, even though they already made it.
Remember Avatar, Aang, the one that just
but they didn't. But at least we get to see the fucking movie regardless. That's not the same situation comparing to that.
Excuse you, I already watched the movie.
You probably watched the bootleg version. You watched the bootleg.
No, I didn't. I just think that's funny.
I was about to say because I wouldn't have been surprised, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually watched the bootleg version that got leaked on social media because it did, and you would have gotten a chance to watch the full film.
Dude, I had it up for like a few hours. Like I could have watched it.
I watched it at least 20 seconds of it, and I had to skip it because I didn't want to watch the whole thing. I'd rather watch it on streaming.
I'm just like, oh look, great! I don't need promotional advertisement to tell me this is not going to be good now.
I wish I would have said this when we were talking about Soulmates, but I said, what do you think is going to be worse, Citizen Vigilante or Soulmates?
Wait, what? The Citizen Vigilante? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Fucking Soulmates. So we think it's like, what's worse? I said it's probably gonna be as bad as Citizen Vigilante.
Probably.
It's like, but yeah, I mean, but that's. I just want to make that joke. We could edit it out or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I thought it was a funny joke. And
it's a little late to make that joke now when we are way past that topic.
I know. I just thought it made me laugh. But
I will say that it's not a project that I would be interested in. But if it's under Dan Trachtenberg, I'd be open to it. Because, a lot of things surprised me for projects that I had no interest in and ended up being one of the best things I've seen. But if it's under Dan Trachtenberg, I love his work on 10 Cloverfield Lanes. I enjoyed Prey. I thought what he did with Predator Badlands was fucking amazing. I wish more people have gone out to see that movie because that movie fucking slaps. It's so fucking good. And he did the anthology of the animated movie called Predator Killer of Killers, which I thought that one was really good. I mean, when he's under with the whole Predator franchise, he really knows the assignment 100%. But for a project like this is a little odd choice for him to take on this project called Freddy the 13th. I wouldn't
touch it with a 50-foot pole.
But who knows? But he might pull it off, or he might not. It might be the worst thing he's ever done. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But Kyle, what did you think about this with Dan Trachtenberg doing this movie?
When I first heard about it, I'm definitely excited that he's part of it. because what he did with the last 3 Predator movies, which I enjoyed all 3. But I just have to see how this project goes.
You don't think the Wes Craven's estate's going to sue them? Like, I guarantee you that's coming soon. Because Freddy that gets supernatural powers, Uncle Freddy that gets supernatural powers and becomes the
there's ways they can write around it. But anyway. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. But as long as he's involved, and hopefully they can do something special with it. But we'll just have to see if it's a hit or miss or not. So, but I'm excited that he's a part of it.
Big Dick Ryan, what did you think about this?
This just reads like a New York Times headline saying Dan Trachtenberg is no longer attached to this project. I just don't think if it ever does get made, Dan Trachtenberg will actually be involved with it. And if it does get made, I don't think it'll be anything as like what they're promoting it to be now. And this is just like kind of a way to get people to show like an enthusiasm for a project like this, I guess. Like there's something about this that just feels weird. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it'll be made. And if it is, it won't be with Dan Trachtenberg, or it won't be the project that I think they're trying to sell to us right now.
Yeah, like they're trying to sell us like, oh, Freddy, get it, wink, wink, like Freddy Krueger. Oh, like Freddy the 13th, kind of like Friday the 13th, wink, wink.
Like
I feel like they're gonna make them change that, and that they're gonna make them change it.
Yeah, they probably might.
And it might not even be the animation that was amazing with the Killers of Killers. So.
Yeah. This is what I think. What's gonna happen? I think they're gonna say you got to change his name from Freddy to Eddie, and then we're gonna and then we're gonna change
Freddy to Teddy.
Fucking Eddie the 13th.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they're gonna keep that name Freddy. They're gonna have to change the name Freddy. They're gonna make them. The lawyers are gonna make them compromise because they're like, look, we can get sued for this because we're very much like neck and neck where we're stepping over and ripping off Nightmare on Elm Street. So like which. I think there is going to be some changes. Like obviously we don't right now. Dan Trachtenberg is producing it, so I do think it's going to get produced, but I don't know if it's going to be. But yeah, like I agree with Ryan where it's like I don't think it's going to be by Dan Trachtenberg because he might say this is too risky. I don't want to be sitting in the courtroom and delegation and shit like that and get sued and try to explain to lawyers I had no clue about this shit. Obviously you fucking did because you wouldn't have signed on because you like Freddy Krueger, huh? But. I think what's going to happen is they'll probably go through the script and say, all right, what can we do to not get sued? All right, well, his name cannot be Freddy. Okay, can it be Frederick? Can it be Teddy? Can it be Eddie? They'll probably come up with stuff. Also, they're like, all right, you got to change. I'm sure there's going to make 5 changes to where why are we even making this if we're making these 5 changes, though? Because that's the whole selling gimmick is we're selling it like it's a ripoff of Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. But now, which, by the way, I know Kyle, you might be wondering why don't they just since they're about to buy New Line, doesn't New Line own the rights? Well, to be fair,
I wasn't thinking that, but anyway.
But I was just saying, I know some people wonder that they're actually because the reason why there hasn't been a Nightmare on Elm Street since 2010 is because the Warner Brothers was so focused on the Conjuring universe they forgot to make a Friday the 13th Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and then the Wes Craven's estate after he died went up there and got the rights back and said, all right. Since you didn't make the movie in this time, we reclaimed the rights back. And then New Line's like, nope, you didn't. We're suing you, and they're suing you. And then right now, you literally have to make a deal. It's kind of like the Friday 13, right? There's 2 different right holders. Now there's 2 different right holders. That's what Wes Craven's estate was even taking pitches from a Nightmare on Elm Street pitch. Remember Elijah Wood pitched a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and then of course the New Line tried to sue them to stop it. So now they're just suing each other again and. They got to make a deal. The 2 have to make a deal because New Line forgot to make a fucking movie past the expiration date. So yep. So now I hate that too because Freddy Krueger. Can you imagine? Nightmare on Elm Street in 2026 would do really well. I think.
But Friday the 13th would too.
Yeah,
I agree. Been 17 years.
Remember, LeBron James is going to make a remake. Was going to produce a Friday 13th remake. No. And then, he was in, but then the rights got tangled up. He wanted to produce one because that's his favorite killer.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm just saying there was supposed to be a Friday 13th movie back in 2016 because of the Rings failed. They said we can't do a Friday 13th now. I'm like, that's so stupid. Friday 13th is much bigger than Rings.
That was Paramount to do. Yeah, that was Oh, and they were weeks away from shooting. Weeks. They had the script done, and they had literally Michael Bay had the script done. and they were literally the same producers that produced the 2009 remake. They were this close to shooting, and they even started casting. And then, of course, Rings came out, and the studio says we're pulling the plug because we don't think people want to watch war films right now.
He's much bigger than the Rings. Like, come on.
Yeah. And then a year later, the fucking game comes out and does really well. And then they reconsider.
Well, to be fair, because the remake of Friday the 13th was complete utter dog shit. It was not doing well. It was such an awful.
Was awesome.
It was not that good.
It was awesome.
It's
you drank the Kool-Aid, Jake. If you like that movie that much,
you know what?
It was bad. That was a bad film.
You thought that was a bad movie? Like, have you seen
the only best part about when people died? I was happy that most of them get killed. That was the only good part about that movie.
No, there's actually pretty good. Jared Padalecki's pretty good, and so is Daniel Panabaker.
He was slapwalked through that movie.
No, Jared Padalecki's pretty good in the movie.
He didn't really have that much to do. He was just quite there because he was shooting between super.
He was an emotional hot guy. He did exactly.
Yeah, he was just an emotional hot guy that goes along for the ride. That's all. That and search for his sister. That's about it. There's not much to his character. And also, he was shooting between this and Supernatural.
Yeah, which it's crazy. They wrote it. The writers wrote a sequel. They actually said we wrote a sequel after the first film came out. And it was going to be set in the wintertime, but they said they didn't make it and everything because they lost the rights. The New Line lost the rights and Paramount regained the rights, which I'm like, why does this keep happening? Okay, you keep swapping rights over. Fucking like, it's like, well, we wrote this, but then because we waited too long, we lost the fucking rights again.
I wonder what the sequel would have looked like, though.
They said it was going to be a winter setting. Writers, because they were promoting Send Help. Because they wrote Send Help, and they said, oh, yeah, we wrote a Friday the 13th sequel back in 2011, and it was going to be taking place in the wintertime. But what happened was they said the New Line lost the rights to Friday the 13th, and Paramount gained them back, and then they wanted to, because what had happened was they were trying to produce, it was like, yeah, it might have been, not even that. It's around the time that Christopher Nolan New Line, Warner Bros. Was trying to make Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. And so Paramount was making it, and so they made a deal, and Paramount said, if you give us the Friday 13th right back, and you give us the South Park movie rights back, we'll let you co-produce Christopher Nolan's Interstellar movie. And so they gave the rights back for free for Friday 13th that, and then Paramount's like, oh, we're rebooting Friday 13th. And they never did nothing with it.
But hey, they're making a Pamela spin-off TV show now because that's what everyone asked for.
I'm looking forward to that show more.
I think it'll be interesting, but
it will probably be like the Bates Motel type of show.
Ryan Fuller, before he left the project, because I love Hannibal, what he did in Hannibal, and he was saying that we have the rights because TV and movie are two different things. Mm-hmm. We can do anything the movie does. That means we can have adult Jason wearing a hockey mask, killing people. And he even made a joke saying, I hope by the time if we get to 10th season, by season 10, we go to outer space. That's what he wants to do.
Jason X.
But he said that, but they can do it, though. They can do it because he says the TV rights and the movie rights are two different things. Yeah. In the movie right now, that's a legal limbo. But the TV right, they can do anything they want. They can have the hockey mask. They can make him an adult. They can do all that stuff. I suspect that, I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there, my opinion on this. I suspect because Brian Fuller said that, I think season 1's going to be just about Pamela being a killer. And then season 2, we're going to get Jason and the sack mask, and then probably in season 3 we'll have the hockey mask, and then
they'll probably follow the same pattern from the original Friday the 13th movies, because the first movie, part 1, Pamela Voorhees was the original killer until you see in the sequel, part 2, Jason comes and he was now the killer. He had the sack mask before he gets the hockey mask.
I just hope to God it's not like they don't do multiple seasons of Pamela. I hope season 2 is not like, oh, season 2 is when Jason drowns. I hope to God that's not what we're doing. I hope it's actually I want that to be season 1. I hope to God season 1 doesn't end with Jason drowning, and then season 2 is where that's when Pamela goes on the killing spree and gets beheaded, and then season 3 is when we have I don't want that. I hope it's I don't want to rush it, but I don't want to
I mean, how long did it take for Norman Bates to go completely psycho until they get to the point where they went to the psycho the storyline in the later seasons? How long did it take?
The final season they do the psycho.
That was in the final season where he actually got there.
Yeah, but I don't want to wait the final season before I see Jason.
I mean, if it's that good enough, I mean, it might work. It all depends of how well they do it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that I'm really, really hoping that we get to see Jason in the hockey mask. I'm really hoping.
Oh, well, we just hope that it's a good show. That's all I'm hoping for.
That's a good show. I mean, it's the same people that made that worked on the Chucky show.
Yeah,
and it welcomed no, not the Chucky show. They welcomed Welcome to Derry and Brian Fuller.
Yep, that gives me a little bit of hope because Welcome to Derry, that was a great show. That, surprisingly, it was so good.
Yeah, they said
yeah, Welcome to Derry was awesome.
I was not even interested in the prequel until I watched the show. I was like, oh fuck, now I changed my tune. The show is fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was one of the producers at Welcome to Derry. He became showrunner after Brian Fuller exited the project. And so, but yeah, and he said, which I'm hoping it's good. That's all I'm hoping. I cannot wait to watch it. One of my most prized possessions is my Jason Nikes. I got Jason Friday 13th themed Nikes. And I will say this, someone ever asked me if a house fire ever happens, there's like 4 things I'm going for. And Nikes are one of them.
I don't blame you, bro.
Like, they're fucking Nikes. Over my Air Jordans. I have Air Jordans too, but in a box I never even wore. But I'm going for the Jason Nikes over the Air Jordans.
Those things are probably expensive as shit.
Oh yeah, I paid like $300 for those Air Jordans.
Yeah,
$300.
Yes, I'm a big Air Jordan. I love shoes. Okay, so
I guess you really like it that much. But moving on to the next topic, we got to cover this word going around that this project for the HBO series for V for Vendetta, the original script has been passed on. So HBO has passed on the V for Vendetta series script from writer Pete Jackson. According to, and this is no, not Peter Jackson. It's not Peter Jackson from The Lord of the Rings. This is a different guy. Pete Jackson, and this is reported by Jeff Snyder, but hearing the words going around, Jeff Snyder, meaning the DC adaptation James Gunn and Peter Safran were executive producing, has stalled out just 8 months after it was announced. And to quote from Snyder himself, I'm now told that HBO has passed on Jackson's script. Per the report, Jackson turned in with period-themed take on the material, while HBO wanted to see a more modern spin on a political anarchist. An HBO insider for Snyder adds that the project isn't necessarily dead, as it could still be retooled with a different writer somewhere down the line. Nothing here is official. HBO and DC Studios aren't commenting, but a script getting bounced back is exactly the kind of thing that quietly kills a project in this climate. First of all, like, I had no idea that that HBO and DC were planning on doing an adaptation for V for Vendetta, and I'm someone who really loved the film. I thought it was a very underrated DC film. I thought Hugo Weaving and Natalie Portman were all incredible in the movie. I'm tempted to later read the comics from V for Vendetta.
It is different. Like, V is more of a bastard in the book. Like, he sexually abuses her and rapes her to try he does a lot of horrific things to her to try to get her on his side. He kind of Stockholms into her, and so.
Well, don't tell me the whole thing about the comics. Yeah. I haven't read it
yet. He's more of a bastard in the book. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, and But they said that even though there's words going around that they're now taken away from Jackson's script, that they might just get some for different writers and retool it and try to be a little bit more faithful to the adaptation from the comic books. I mean, if it's from HBO, then I'm not too worried about it if they do it well and do it right, because HBO has done a great job lately with their shows. And whoever gets to be the next writer of this V for Vendetta project, let's see if they get better writer and hopefully do it justice. But Jake, what did you think about this whole news going around about them taking away from Jackson's script?
Well, I mean, it's this is the same guy who wrote Lord of the Rings and all that. I'm joking. Yeah, no, Pete Jackson. I mean, like, by the way, SAG rule. I mean, the WGA rules. He should really illegally change his name, because even though he's like, well, I'm safe by one letter. But still, I mean, there's already a Peter Jackson, that we know. And so it's like, you're Pete Jackson. Okay.
It's like, wait, you're Peter Jackson? What did you think about the?
By the way,
what was it like taking that movie? It's like, no, that's not. I'm not the Peter Jackson. It's just fucking a coincidence.
Not that Peter Jackson.
It's like the movie from Office Space where he has the same NBA fucking player's name or something. It was like, no, this is just a coincidence.
Can you imagine whenever, last I was watching the Hot Mic and they had a picture of Peter Jackson, like, that's not the same guy Jeff said. That's not. It's Pete Jackson, not Peter Jackson.
He's got to legally change his name. He's got to change it at that point.
You know what? Like, he could literally Parker Jackson. That would have been better. Parker Jackson, or P Jackson,
Or just could he just use his middle name?
Yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton had to change his name because there was already a Michael Douglas.
Yeah, I remember he did. Like, I had no idea, and then he had to change his name to Michael Keaton because he didn't want to be confused by Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. Imagine that back in the 80s. Michael Douglas is gonna play Batman.
Like, what the fuck? He's playing Batman.
Shit. Like, no, it's not Michael Douglas.
Just imagine Michael Douglas from the 80s being Batman. Just imagine.
Michael Douglas getting so many death threats, like angry letters saying, "Fuck you, Michael Douglas. Wall Street sucked." And you're like, "Romancing the Stone sucked." And you're like, "I'm not even in Batman. Why the fuck are people going at me? I'm not Batman. It's Michael, the other Michael Douglas. The Mr. Mom is the one that's Batman. Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice and Mr. Mom."
If you're like, "Fuck you, Michael Douglas." I'm not in Batman. This agent had to put a letter out saying, "I am not." While I wish Michael Douglas luck, I am not in Batman. I wish he would have kept that name until playing Michael Douglas in Batman. But yeah, I think honestly, my biggest thing about this is, I mean, the movie. So I understand Alan Moore did not like the movie because he said it was made as a post 9/11 message, to try to bring unity and patriotism, even though it takes place in London, which I was wondering, like, you would think that'd be the perfect idea is to set it in the United States and try to do like, you have like, I mean, I know it'd be very timely right now, but still, I mean, I think it would still work. I think it would be the highest viewed show on television right now.
Oh, it would. But it would get a lot of people riled up at the same time, even though it becomes a hit. Other people on the other side would get like, "What the fuck?"
But it says like Snyder, according to Snyder, it was supposed to be like in the 1700s. Like, it was not even going to be in present day. And so I think, that probably would have didn't work, because it's like, we want like either follow the book, the graphic novel to the T, or make it take place in America and make it, I understand it probably wouldn't work as much as in America because there's a lot of British things about that novel that don't really work in the translate America. Like, for instance, about the whole symphony at the end is mostly about a British thing versus an American thing, and also about the whole train thing. And there's things that have to change ultimately because they would have to, and some might contradict the novel because it's like, well, but I'm excited. I would love to see a V for Vendetta series. I mean, V for Vendetta is a great movie, and I think the novel is good. I mean, but I think I enjoyed the movie more. And I do own a Guy Fawkes mask. I own 2 Guy Fawkes masks. One is I just got like a Spirit Halloween, and the other one I got with the novel. And I don't open it because I just like looking at it. But but yeah, I'm a big fan of the V for Vendetta, and I think we're gonna get this.
And I keep forgetting that the Wachowski brothers were the one that directed the film.
They did the Matrix movies.
No, they produced it. Oh yeah, you're right. It was they produced it.
Yeah, it was a different director. I forget.
Yeah,
who was the director of the movie.
I have no idea who directed that movie.
I want to say James Watkins, but I'm sure I'm wrong about that.
V for Vendetta.
James McTeague. Okay, James McTeague. James McTeague, who made such movies as he is an Australian director. He worked on films. He worked on the Matrix trilogy with him as an assistant director on the Matrix trilogy and on the Star Wars trilogy. He also directed Sense8, Ninja Assassin. Oh yeah, remember that shitty movie?
I didn't mind it. I know it's really bad, but it was one of my guilty pleasures at the time.
He directed reshoots for the Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake, The Invasion.
He directed The Raven.
Oh my god!
He also directed the Raven.
I was like, wow, this guy really just had a bad fucking career.
And he also directed 2 episodes of Marco Polo from the Netflix series.
What?
He was the second choice. This is right here. He was the second choice to direct Man of Steel for Warner Brothers, but they ultimately went with Zack Snyder.
Thank God they did.
Thank goodness.
He was second choice. He was the second choice.
But Nolan's like, no, I want to get Zack Snyder to direct it.
Can you imagine if they would have gave it to him? The director of V for Vendetta and Ninja Assassin. I guarantee people would hold Ninja Assassin like, he hasn't made a successful movie. At least Zack Snyder, you could say 300 was a success and Dawn of the Dead was a success. Watchmen's debatable, but the Sucker Punch was a flop. But I mean, still, Man of Steel was a success. And so it's like, yeah, Zack Snyder at least made 2 successful movies. What James McTeague's never made a successful movie. V for Vendetta did not do well.
Even though that BVS got a lot of shit for that movie, but it was still a success.
Yeah, Zack Snyder. I think honestly, I will say this. Okay, I don't care what if this makes me a Snyder bro, whatever. Zack Snyder was the better choice.
Of course he was. Of course he was a better choice.
Snyder, bro.
Such a Snyder. He was a better
Restore the Snyderverse.
Yeah, restore the Snyderverse. Fire James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Fire James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Fucking filthy
Jared Leto
language.
is my Joker. Jared Leto is my Joker. In my universe, Batman, Joker gives Batman a reach around.
No, Leto, what the fuck?
This is the worst timeline.
If you literally have seen Justice League, that's in the movie. Like,
well, he was trying to make a snarky remark, a little smart ass remark. To him. Like, who's gonna give you a reach around?
Yep, that's like because I imagine watching that movie and like, yep, that's gonna sell a lot of toys. Joker saying he's gonna give Batman a reach around. Who's gonna give you a reach around? It's like, well,
but Big Dick Ryan, how do you feel about this whole news for the V for Vendetta series?
I mean, I think it's one of those like comics that like is always kind of timely. So I think it's like a proper time to do a new adaptation / remake. But I just don't know why you wouldn't make it in modern times because there's so many issues, especially in British culture, that they could go off of that I think would be wildly more intriguing than doing something in like the 1700 Londons when like Jack the Ripper wasn't even a thing. Yeah, like there's 2 different versions of what I think the project could be with what each side wanted to do. So I'm glad they're not making it with HBO, but if it is like what it sounds like some old-timey version of the story, I don't particularly care too much about that. But if it's like what the movie tried to do and kind of like modernize it to modern like Europe and modern Britain, shit like that, I think I'd be more on board. But I don't know. It's not something I knew they were working on, but I think it's cool.
All right.
What
did you guys?
Though, the people should not be afraid of their government. The government should be afraid of their.
That was the best line of that whole movie. Love that line.
It's a good movie.
By the way, Kyle,
I enjoy it.
Which I do own. I do own it on 4K Blu-ray for V for Vendetta. That was.
You haven't asked Kyle yet, by the way.
You didn't ask me yet.
I did. I did ask him that. Where have you been?
No, you didn't. I didn't ask
did?
about
Oh, no. I thought I did ask you that. Okay, what did you think about the V for Vendetta?
Not for V Vendetta, was the other stuff. But no, V for Vendetta, I love that movie. I love the comic, and I think that's one of my favorite movie based on a comic graphic novel. And that movie's amazing. I just hope they do something amazing with this TV show and not change anything because I want it to be good as the movie. So hopefully they can do something special with it. I don't want to see it change and get ruined. You know what I mean? So hopefully they do something special with it and make it good. That movie's amazing.
A lot of people forget, like in the movie, like like a virus broke out, and then like a fascist party took over, and they basically they stopped everything. They stopped the virus, like and everything, and then of course they made basically like cornered off London, where basically like and it became like North Korea essentially, where you can't talk shit about their government and everything. And
you
they
talk
basically
shit about their government, and they will fucking crucify you.
And that's and B was someone who was like essentially wronged by that government and everything.
And their leader of their government is basically their modern Hitler in Britain.
And you want to do good. I was just going to say you want to do good with that character, and that's such an iconic look too. The way he looks is amazing.
Oh yeah,
it is a Guy Fawkes mask, and I mean that right there though.
That mask is iconic. It's like it developed a cult following for V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
Which I always thought that was interesting because people forget about that. Like I said, if you don't watch the first 10 minutes of the movie, you don't realize like they're basically it's a post-apocalyptic London because it's
not really a post-apocalyptic. It's more a dystopian reality, an alternate reality. Yeah, it's like an alternate dystopian reality.
Yeah, because like the virus and everybody like, apparently isn't like everybody else in the world dead except for London because Like
No,
England.
no. America was fucking stepping up, and like off screen when they showed it on TV when they were showing it at national television or something.
But like I said, I know like the fascist party is the one that stopped the virus from like spreading, and then that's how they basically. It'd be like if like say if Adolf Hitler stopped the virus and was like, all right, now that all the like now that we saved the humanity, now it's time to work. It's time to obey our rules, and everything. And so like and I think that's always an interesting. Then of course it's like like okay, they're killing people and destroying people's lives because they're basically the party that controls everything. And I always thought, yes, and it works so well in this like timely too. Like this show came out, I guarantee it would be like the #1 show on television.
It probably would. Yeah, 100%.
But the thing is, either people are too afraid to make this show right now because of the timeliness, or because they're like, okay, how do I tell this story? But it doesn't. Or it might paint a picture of both sides that are terrible, Or if they don't want to tell this story, like they don't want to tell that story, and they like, for instance, a 1700 story, and I'm like, who gives a shit about a 1700 story? We want to hear about modern day V for Vendetta, and I just think that's crazy.
Yeah. So, anyway, what did you think about the V for Vendetta news? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, last but not least, we're going to go to the memorial segment because we're going a little bit of overtime, nearly 2 hours. So we wanted to make this as a last one. So apparently, we got the news that Bonnie Tyler, who was like one of the most popular pop star artists that did Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding Out for a Hero, the singer that dies at the age of 75. That recently passed away, which I had no idea who she was at first when you sent me the rundown, and I had to research her, and I had seen a couple of her songs on Spotify, and I was like, oh, that's her. Now I know where that song was. That was from her. And yeah, those two songs that became one of the biggest timeless classic songs of all time. Bonnie Tyler, the Welsh pop rock singer behind 80s hits like Total Eclipse of the Heart and Holding Out for a Hero, died on Wednesday. She was 75. Bonnie's family and team are heartbroken to announce that Bonnie unexpectedly passed away last night in hospital in Portugal as a result of the illness that she was being treated for. Reads a statement shared on Tyler's official website and Facebook page on Thursday. We will issue a further statement shortly, but for now, ask for a privacy deal with this tragedy. In May, Tyler was hospitalized in Faro, Portugal, where she had a residence for emergency intensive surgery and was eventually put in a medical-induced coma. She was set to embark on a tour this summer before being hospitalized. Tyler woke up from her month-long coma in June, but remained very unwell in intensive care, according to her Facebook page. Born Gaynor Hopkins in Skewen, Wales on June 8th, 1951, Tyler was discovered by talent scout Roger Bell in Swansea and broke onto the music scene with her 1978 hit Lost in France and debuted album The World Starts Tonight. After an operation removed vocal cord nodule, her voice retained a distinctly raspy quality. In the early 1980s, Tyler began working with producer Jim Steinman, who wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart, selling some 6 million copies. It became the 5th highest selling single of 1983 in the UK and spent 4 weeks on the top of the charts in the US, making her the first Welsh person to score a #1 hit in the country. Her popular 1984 song Holding Out for a Hero, co-written by Steinman, was featured on the Footloose movie soundtrack that same year, while her recording of her Here She Comes was included on the soundtrack of the George Mortor's restoration of Metropolis in 1985. In her career, she earned 3 Grammy nominations, including Best Pop Solo Female Vocal Performance for Total Eclipse of the Heart and Female Rock Vocal Performance for her 1983 album Faster Than the Speed of Night and Here She Comes. So, Jake, how did you feel about the passing of Bonnie Tyler?
Well, I mean, I felt lost in France. I mean, I really think I was just holding out for a hero, and then here she comes, and And then on top of that, it just feels like a total eclipse of the heart, and then faster than the speed of
Okay,
night.
all joke aside, don't be a goof.
Yeah, really, Jake.
Like you a really insensitive little prick.
I mean, come on. I mean, it is such a heartache. Sorry, I just named
Watch him
my-
get canceled by next day.
Here's Morgan on there. He said, "So
Don't
you
see him
think
ever
it was
again.
watch a dead person's name and name all their songs?" I'm like, to be fair, I was just naming off their songs, but I will say, yeah. I mean, obviously, she made bank in like 2023 with like holding out for a hero, because like everything you looked in 2023, every song was in Shazam 2, it was in Masters of the Universe, it was in the Guardians of the Galaxy freaking trailer, it was in the Guardians of the Galaxy game, it was in like every single thing you looked. I'm like, why the fuck is Bonnie Taylor's making bank?
Yeah, she was making bank on every of those songs that they were putting in a lot of blockbuster movies.
I mean, really, if you think about it, I mean, really, she was just like a total eclipse of the heart for her.
God damn it, Jake.
But yeah, I mean, I really think that, yeah, she's a
One thing,
fantastic
Jake.
Come on, Myron. You're taking this too far.
Yeah, Jake, Jesus.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
Yeah. What the?
But yeah, I'm gonna miss her. I think she might be gone, but at least we have her legacy of music and the body of work, and and now she's she is gone, and the stars have sang tonight. The stars tonight.
Jeez.
Read the room, Jake. Just read the room.
Oh, sorry, okay. I can't help. She made all these songs that you can use.
A poor woman pop star passes away, and you fucking making jokes about it.
I'm not just saying her songs, but I'm sorry. Okay, I know the world's holding out for a hero, though.
Kyle, how did you feel about the passing of Bonnie Tyler?
I was shocked when I woke up that morning and found that she passed away. She was a phenomenal person. She's a phenomenal singer, made some, legendary songs, and it's just sad what happened to her. So yeah, she's definitely gonna be missed for sure. Rest in peace.
Big Dick Ryan, how do you feel about Bonnie Tyler's passing?
No, yeah, shocking. Kind of just repeating the same sentiments as everyone else, but like I think that's like the really good thing about being so popular and having your music put in everywhere, because there's so many different mediums. We'll be able to like get back and listen to her music outside of just like listening to a CD or like a download from Apple Music or Spotify. So yeah, just rest in peace. And it just feels like there's like so many people just like dying recently in terms of like reasonably named talent sizes. So it's just unfortunate that it feels like another one has come to fruition. So
And I can
be gone, and yet, like you said, like honestly, in a world full of like Kanye West, why can't there be like why can't there be more Kanye West that go away instead less Bonnie Taylor's?
It was crazy that her song Total Eclipse opened the main opening was for Battlefield 4, if anyone remembers.
yeah, I
Was
do
it?
remember
Oh,
that.
I had
Yeah,
no
it
idea.
was.
Oh.
And the guy's like, "Well, I'm not gonna die to this song," or whatever it was.
Yeah, I remember now. I remember this one scene in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I think that was the movie that the main character saying that cover of that song of the Total Eclipse or something.
But it's a legendary song. It's a beautiful song.
It actually is, because I had no idea who, like I said before, I had no idea who she was at the time until I had to look it up on her music. I was like, and then I seen the popular hit songs, and then it just came back to me. Now because I had no idea who was playing it, because I had no idea who the artist was until I had to look that up, and then it was like, oh yeah, she made lot of banger hits that are like timeless. That a lot of the songs are getting planted out a lot of these movies and shows all the time, and she made a banger hits. And it sucks that what happened to her is so sad, but at least her legacy will still live on.
Yeah.
And for everyone, and she will definitely be dearly missed. But anyway, how did you feel about the passing of Bonnie Tyler? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now we have gone into overtime, so we're going to wrap this show up. Thank you guys for joining us on this channel, and watching Jake going off the topic and going in overtime because I blame it all on him. But all joke aside, I mean, I enjoyed geeking out and getting into the nitty gritty and just roasting each other. But it was just fun, and it's great to have these two guests on our show with Kyle and Big Dick Ryan. Thank you for filling in, even though that Ryan Cam's not with us, that he couldn't make it for this week. But we can't wait to have him back on next week. So I want to pass it on to Kyle. What do you got coming up on your channel?
Yes, so I just dropped my Godzilla trailer teaser breakdown today, and then I also next week our live streams coming. Me and Let's Talk Terror are doing our discussing horror movie deaths, so that's going to be a lot of fun discussion. I got some interviews coming, like so I'll be covering a lot of the Halloween the game coming as we get close to release date. I go see Evil Dead Burn right after this, so my thoughts video will be dropped this weekend as well. So I got a lot of content coming on my channel very soon.
Big Dick Ryan, what do you got coming up?
Yeah, no, as everyone knows, Odyssey's coming out next week, and I've never watched Troy before, so me and my buddy for $2 Film Club, so we watched the director's cut for our episode, and so if anyone doesn't know, it's like an extra 30-40 minutes long, maybe 50 minutes from the regular theatrical, and we go really deep in all the different like changes between the theatrical cut and the director's cut. It's more of an interesting film knowing about how it got made rather than the film itself, but nonetheless I think I ended up liking the film more than I was expecting to hate it.
Did you know who was supposed to direct that movie, but then they replaced, like, he was signed to direct it, but then Wolfgang Peterson said, "Oh hell no one's making my movie," because they did that.
Was it Nolan?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like not amazing, but not as bad as I think people make it out to be. But also, I didn't watch the theatrical cut, and it's a way different version of the movie. You know,
which one do you prefer better, the theatrical or the director's cut?
Directors, like, dude, it's even to like all of the music is different in the movie.
Oh yeah, I've noticed the changes of that.
Totally.
I've noticed even the fight scene with Achilles and Hector, they changed the music entirely, and it was like, wow, that was a lot different music than I anticipated. And then you get to see Diane Kruger's Helen of Troy getting all nudity in that scene in the director's cut of the movie.
So like another good point is like when you first seen Sean Bean as Odysseus in the director's cut, they have like a full intro scene for him, but in the theatrical, he just kind of randomly appears in the story, and everyone's just like, "Dude, where the fuck did Odysseus just come from?" And so it's like a lot of those like minor things that that they kind of went back in and put in the director's cut. Like, so if you guys decide to watch it, I definitely say watch the director's cut. It's worth it.
I love Troy, the director's cut. Troy is I'd rather watch Troy any day of the week over Gladiator.
That's when we were like, fuck off, Jake.
No, Gladiator sucks. Okay?
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Troy, I will stay on any ground. Troy,
and you would lose the ground because we have the high ground.
No, I don't give a fuck about the high ground.
This is some bullshit, bro.
Movie. Okay, the fucking.
I called Jake out a while ago when we had Meyer Burnett on the show, saying like he hates Gladiator, and fucking Rob just went at him on this one.
Well, I heard of hot takes, but that's ridiculous.
No, I fucking hate Gladiator, and I said at least with Troy, I can watch Troy enjoy that movie. Okay, I can't enjoy Gladiator at all.
Dude, I cannot sit here and take you seriously when you say you find enjoyment in the director's cut version of Troy. That's just fucking blasphemy coming out of your mouth, bro.
Gladiator, I mean, that's not even Ridley Scott's best movie. Okay.
That's not even what we're talking about, though.
Gladiator's not even his best movie. Gladiator's not even Gladiator's not even the best medieval movie, okay? I mean, I think Kingdom of Heaven is a much better movie than Gladiator.
Okay, dude, you've really been smoking a lot.
Now I feel like the arrows of 300 are going to come flying at you now.
I feel like I'm being gaslit, bro.
Just
my queen. I would be Leonidas to kick him down in the pit. This is Sparta.
Oh yeah, that's not even the same movie.
But But I will say that I did love the director's cut of Troy. I think it's an incredible film, but I'm not going to go out on a limb and say it's better than Gladiator because no, Gladiator's fucking peak. You're fucking out of it.
Gladiator
but,
is for people that never experienced Troy.
I think you just watched the second one and got them mixed up.
Yeah,
exactly. It's like, are you sure you watched the right movie?
Well, if you sit down and watch, okay, we'll sit down and watch Troy and watch Gladiator. Gladiator is just watching you fucking like what? It's not even Gladiator matches. Like that's like a small plot of the movie versus the whole entire.
Dude, we had a bunch of Gladiator match, and it's about a fucking revenge story.
It's not even the best revenge story. There's much better revenge stories than Gladiator.
Name one that's better than this revenge story. I love to hear it.
Say John Wick.
Revenge story. Fucking Kill Bill.
I knew that
Kill
was
Bill
coming.
is a better revenge story than Gladiator.
What?
I said John Wick, Kill Bill. Do you need another one?
No, it's not better than that. No, Gladiator's still a better one.
No, fucking John Wick is 10 times better than fucking.
I love those movies, but no, fuck no, dude.
Like, the only reason that people hype up Gladiator is because the fucking CGI lion. Okay, like, oh, look at this time.
There's no CGI lion, you idiot.
Tiger, CGI.
There's no CGI lion.
First of all, there's no CGI tigers. They use real tigers. Did you watch them?
Tiger.
No, it wasn't. That was a real practical tiger.
They literally
use real. They did not use CG tiger. I don't know what you've been watching. It's not. It was fucking real.
The scenes of Ridley Scott. How he did it. He says we took a reference of a tiger, and then we added. And then when Russell Crowe is looking at like a little ball.
Yeah, they added in. That's not CGI. That's not the same thing.
So how do they do it? How do they magically appear? Because that's how it's called. CGI is used. They CGI the fucking.
No, they shot the scenes with the tiger, but they didn't shoot in the same scene with Russell Crowe in the movie.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
There's no CGI in that movie.
There was no CGI. What have you been smoking, dude?
What do you think CGI is? What's the definition?
It's animated. It's a computer generated imagery. It's an
they filmed
animated.
The tiger and it's separate scenes and put it together.
Okay, so it's CGI. Okay, so in Star Wars, do they use CGI?
Which one? The prequels or the original trilogy?
The prequels.
They use CG. Most of the time, it was on green screens.
Okay, so Gladiator, you don't think they use CG at all?
They've only used green screen for a certain scene with Walking Phoenix, and that was the only part that they've used green screens. And then probably use a lot of CG shot for the wide shot of the Coliseum, and use some of the Coliseum in the movie.
Okay,
but not what you're saying, Jake.
It said okay, so CGI. It says right here. I'm looking right up right now. It was the Coliseum, about 52 is one scale Coliseum, and then use computer imagery to digitally extend the upper tiers to make it feel as if the crowd was bigger and wider. Oliver Reed died on set, so they used CGI and body doubles to fulfill his scene.
Well, no, they didn't use the CGI. They used the footage. They used the existing footage of him to do the stand-in in the cell when he was freeing Leonidas. Yeah. No, not Leonidas. No, not Maximus. Maximus.
It says right here, groundbreaking CG was employed when actor Oliver Reed played Proxy.
I've seen the scenes and I've watched them over and over again. They've reused the same footage that there was a stand-in and added in this shot in the movie.
I'm looking up the IMDb right now. That's what they said. Oliver Reed died, and then they used the CG and they used body double and face map.
I know they used the body double. I know he passed away during the production.
And it says while live trained tigers were brought in for setup close-up shots, the production relied on CG and animatronics to capture complex and dangerous actions like a tiger leaping at Maximus. And then on top of that, environmental enhancements. Digital effects were used to erase modern buildings, add smoke during the Battle of Germania, and enhance the visual scale of Rome.
Yeah, but they still didn't use CGI lions, Jake.
So. Yeah, and you said there was fucking lions, dude.
That's what we were saying.
That's what we're trying to correct you on it.
It says right here. It just literally said right here. It says they used they used a real lion for reference, but then to have the scene with Russell Crowe, they added the scene, made it.
Again, that's not a lion; it's a tiger.
That's
tiger.
Fucking tiger.
They just put them together. They
used a real shot of the footage with the tiger, but they could not use it with the real scene with Russell Crowe in the movie. That's not CGI.
Fucking tell IMDb that, because they've sent.
Yeah, IMDb always gets shit wrong every now and then, so you can't always trust IMDb.
Anybody can write on there anyway.
Well, to be fair, I think you have to have references, or else they'll just delete your shit. Like if I go on there and say that Matt Wyatt,
there's stuff that's taken off there about Jamie Lee Curtis that's not true, and it's still on there. So
yeah. Well, I mean that's which is weird. Sometimes it is weird. Sometimes where they put shit on there, like I never said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the same thing.
Yeah. So anyway, what do you got coming up on your channel, Jake?
I got a whole hate site called MattWyattSucks.com where I will launch it, and I'm going to interview his mom and why she hates him, and his brother why he hates him, and then why his sister hates him, and his mom and his father.
Classics.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
It's gonna be quite the series.
It will.
It's really
Maybe.
and so
People
yeah,
ask why.
that's what we're doing.
Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Is that how that's why, huh, Jake?
But no. By the time since
Fuck
I
'em.
review, yeah, fuck him. That's all I'm saying. I will say this though. I just dropped my review for Evil Dead Rise. I don't know if I'm going to see Evil Dead this weekend. Of course, next week we will be on Small Zero. We either Wednesday or Thursday. We don't know with this guest. And that's about it. Yeah, and it's Talking Gotham this week, and yeah, so
nice.
Yeah, you can find my YouTube channel at MattY92. You can check my trailer reaction to Dune Part 3. My Supergirl review is up, even Toy Story 5. I don't know if I'll be able to see Evil Dead Burn this weekend. We'll see what happens. But I am seeing the Odyssey next week, and I still got to edit the review for the breakdown and for X-Men 97 for episodes 3 and 4 that Jake and I have done for a side project. And if you want to check out our first 2 episodes that we broke down about a week ago, it's up on the channel right now. Definitely check that out. And we will be continuing to do the Talking Gotham. We're already at the final season. I'm excited for that show to be over. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We hope you have a great day, great evening, wherever you're from. And thank you for watching us try to go at each other left and right. And stay tuned for more of our content.
Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm outie.
Jesse Jackson for VP.